mama. Woo! Hi guys, what's going on? What is going on tonight? Hello, my wonderful, wonderful peoples. How are we? Woohoo! You can thank Jessica for those songs. That was her. Those were her requests. I asked her if she had any song requests, and she gave me those two, and I thought that those were very good. So, hello, my wonderful, wonderful chat. How are we tonight? Hope we're doing good. Hope we're doing good. Yes, so I am very, very excited for this conversation. I think that this will be a lot of fun. Jessica is somebody that has been in the community now for quite some time, and she's a good person, and I think that I also think that she probably gets a lot more grief than what she deserves to, but I also think that, again, we all get our we all have our tough times. It happens, but I'm just glad to see that she has persevered and that she's out there making great content, and we're going to go over those today. So that'll be a lot of fun. But before we get started with her, I just want to say hi to the chat real quick. Let's see here. We've got Jacob. It was Peepaw. Oh yeah, Peepaw's doing Clear as Mud tonight, so he can't be here, but maybe he'll join us after. Spectre Rag. Medley. That's all we got so far. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. All right, well, thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate it. And no, Mr. Huck has not seen your tattoo yet, Medley, but I will show him later, I promise. So, can't stay, just wanted to say hi. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't stay because I'm hanging out with a friend. Just wanted to roll in here and wish you luck. Oh, well, thank you, Rag. I appreciate it. Thank you. And hopefully you get better, too. Sore throats are no joke. So just one quick reminder, before I bring Jessica in. Tomorrow night is our surprise stream. That'll be a lot of fun. Be on the lookout for that. That'll be at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. And, yeah. So, and as of now, there might be a stream Saturday. I'm not sure yet. It all depends on scheduling, but I will keep you guys posted. So, be on the lookout for that. Okay. Without further ado, let's get Miss Jessica's. Here we go. Hello, Jessica.
Hello.
Hi. Yay.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How's my sound?
Oh yeah, you sound great. You sound good to me. Chat, is she good? Oh, you sound fine to me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Holy.
You sound good to me. Chat, does she sound okay? If you would have asked Chat that, you're more than welcome to do that too. It's up to you. But yeah, no, how are you?
Good. So yesterday we got, I got edibles, and they had like this deal where you can get like a infused pre-roll.
Oh.
And I literally took one hit. Freaking done.
Okay.
Done.
Jessica.
Yeah.
You have to say the line. Come on now. Let's go.
Hi, I'm high.
Yes.
Yes. Gang.
Oh my God. Yes. That's gonna be like your classic line from here on out, I think.
Right?
I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it. Love it. Yeah. It's no, I've been wanting to, obviously I've known of you for a while, since I've been in this, I don't know even what you want to call it, this community or whatever you want to call it nowadays. But no, I've heard of you, and I've been, seeing you from afar, if you will. But I've always been a fan of yours, and I think that, I said this to Xylee, and I said this to, another women that I tend on talking to as well. I think that there are some women in this community that tends to get a lot of grief, whether it's self-inflicted or whether it's not, it just depends. But sadly, I think that you have been one of those women.
When it's been nuts.
Yeah. But I'm so happy to see that you are up and about, and I know that there was some issues that you had been having mentally, and I'm glad to hear, and hopefully everything has been going well for you in that aspect. I can relate. So, it's been very good to see you up and about and making content, and your videos. Oh my god.
I'm just so surprised how easy it was. It literally, that first video that I did where I first said hi, I'm high, I was just outside and smoking, and I just started laughing about a story, and I was like, you know what? I never made the shroom story time, so like, let me tell these people about this. And to me, it was so hilarious. But then as I'm on camera and I'm trying to tell it, like, I'm just like going ADD, like ADHD central. I was just going all over the place, and I was like, well, screw it. I'm just gonna post. Like, I did it. Whatever. I'm just posting it to YouTube. I haven't made a video in a while. Let me just post it.
Oh,
and then
brilliant.
It was just so much fun. And then I saw people reacting to it, and I was like, I have another video idea. And then it just took off from there.
I love it. Love it, love it,
so
love it.
fun.
Well, and I also think, though, too, is that I know that, and people absolutely flipping adores you. We all know that. Anybody that knows him well enough, or knows Jessica and Peepaw well enough, knows that you are one of his favorites and have been now for quite some time. And but what I loved about it, though, was that it was genuine and it was honest, and I think that that's why a lot of us like that too, or have seen it, and we'll watch them. We're gonna watch them, but we're gonna laugh together, and we're gonna watch them together. But I think that that's why it worked out so well, and that's why they've been such a huge hit this last week, is because you're just being you, and I love it. It's awesome. It's so
well, and that's the best thing about it. Like you said, like I got a lot of flack in the community, like a lot, for a time, because even when I tried it before, when I tried to do like a satire kind of like joke war kind of thing, I mixed it in with actual drama, and so people got confused about it. And then it just became this whole. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. But right. Even my other drama videos, like, they just. I took a break, and everything just fell off, and then I was just like, kind of like, kind of down about it. I lost monetization, and like my views went away, and I was just like, oh, and I felt some type of way about it, because I was used to getting at the very least 1.5k views on every single video, and I went from that to like barely 300, and I was just like, oh, on a video that was trending. Like, I rarely did trending topics. Like, most of the stuff that I did was either niche, like Mayo or Prime K's and stuff, but this one, my Colleen video, I was like, for sure this was going to boost my channel back up, even though I'm not monetized, because it's happening right now. It's super trending and everything. And it did like for like 3 days, I was like barely even past. I don't even think it still passed. I think it just barely passed 100 views. So I was just very discouraged. I was like, ugh, what is even the point? And like half of this stuff I don't even really want to talk about, and then that one video, and it was just so much fun that I didn't even care about the views. Like, I don't even care about the views. I don't care like if it's bringing me subscribers. Like, it's just fun. Right. And I'm just so happy that I found something that I can do that's fun, that in no way, shape, or form is going to get anybody but hurt. And well, I'm like, I keep on getting these messages like, you're so brave to actually do satire, and you're doing it so well. And I was like, that's the thing. Like, some of my videos, there's satire, and I was just like, oh, I guess because I'm mixing satire with actual drama. I think that's
Mhm.
where everything just kind of
Right,
got
right.
so messy
Right,
for me.
right.
So
Well, no, and I get that. And sometimes that can be a bit tricky for any creator, I would imagine, depending on how they go about doing it or how they make it or if they're known for doing that kind of stuff, that does
yeah.
kind of work in their favor a little bit, but I get it, but you were trying out something new and you were trying to see, how people would react to it, and then obviously you would go from there. But that's what I've been trying to figure out too as far as this channel goes. I've been noticing though, and again, it's not anybody's fault, it's just what I've been noticing here lately is that when I first started out, I was essentially doing some like React stuff, which we'll get into. I'll get into the React stuff. That's been a hot topic here the last week or so. But I started doing some React stuff and things like that, and then that was doing really well. It was working out. I was having some fun, and my chat, as you can probably see if you recognize some of them, they're from everywhere. They're from like
Mhm.
Dave Stream to Xyles to now recording to DMAX to everybody. And that's what I like about it though too is that most of my audience is everybody's audience for the most part, and
Mhm.
they were really accepting of me, and it was very very sweet, and I got a lot of good praise. But I'm telling you, and it's because it's just me being me, I don't know, but I'm telling you, when I started doing these conversational interview streams, went up
Nice.
just like that, and I'm like, whoa. Like it literally happened like overnight, and I'm like, okay, so this seems to be working. And so that's when I was like, I'm going to continue down this route. So it's been working out really really well, and again, I love to have conversations. I'm sure that you've seen some of my other streams. You saw the DMX one.
Mhm.
But or you were in the chat for the DMX one, I should say. But
Mhm.
these types of conversational interviews are more my style. That's my niche, if you will. And your niche so far has been working out really, really well. So
It's just
it's so funny. No, I will say that the only person that got quote, and I'm using this term very, very loosely because it's not true, but the only person that may have gotten quote unquote butt hurt was D-Max, but that's okay.
yeah, yeah, it is. It's perfectly fine. You
So
can take it.
it's but no, he loves it too, and I love me some D-Max, and I love
Yeah.
Peapod. I love it that they've been platforming this too for you. How
Yeah.
has that been feeling for you? Like the last few days, seeing everybody's reaction to those.
Good. I mean, like I said, that first one, I was like, well, this is just a stupid video, and people, maybe some people will watch it, but like for the most part, it's like I didn't expect any kind of reaction,
Mm-hmm.
and then like on the second one, I thought the same way, and then I was as I watched people reacting to it or talking about it or like getting in on it, um, it feels good. It's kind of like I feel like I kind of feel like I'm the community's like palate cleanser. Like, okay, now that we're done talking about whether or not Lil Tay is dead or not,
Right,
let's
right,
go
right.
ahead and let's see who's Jessica's going to war with next or something like that. It's just and like I said, it's just spontaneous. Sometimes sometimes I'm like, I really want to make that video tonight, but then I get too high, and then I'm like, I don't even want to get out of bed right now. So
Oh.
but then there's you know, most of them I do at night
Mm-hmm.
because I come home from work, and then I pick up the house, whatever needs to be picked up. I go outside, and then I just go into chill mode where I'm either on TikTok or I'm watching if someone's live that I'll catch a little bit of it,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll read, and then later on that night, like when I'm starting to get bored, or when I know it's like coming up around time for me to go to bed, then I'm like, you know what? this will be a good time. Let me go ahead and do this real quick.
Right.
I really need to find a way. My only thing that I really want to find a way to add beauty filters to my OBX, because one of the things that dissuades me from making a video is I put on my makeup. I put on my makeup and the wig and whatnot. That's the one thing. But I loved dressing up for the last 2 videos about Peepaw and D-Max.
So
I loved dressing up for those. And like I was looking for, I have this big black rimmed hat that I was looking for to do Lydia from Beetlejuice when I did the note thing. I was looking for, and I found, and that's where I found the veil, and there's like a little like crop cardigan thingy that matches it, and then I was like, oh shoot, and then I found like this shirt dress thing, and I was like, oh, this is freaking perfect. I was like, I don't really need the hat anymore. I got all this other gothic stuff. Like, yes,
I love it. I love it.
And I like seeing if anyone can point out what I'm satirizing. D-Max, and I thought for sure everyone would know I was doing Beetlejuice during that. I thought for sure, I was like, everyone who doesn't love Beetlejuice, this is like great. And like they didn't know, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
I was like, how does that even happen?
What?
And I'm just, but of course Matt does. Like Matt's like me. Like we're both huge with movies. Like,
oh
and
yeah,
so,
yeah, true.
Of course Matt knew, and I'm sure he knew that I was doing Gladiator and a little bit of like I'm sure he picked out every single thing I did.
Oh yeah.
And I like putting other things in it. Like if you look at the bottom of my description for my Peepaw and D-Max ones, it says misogyny. But if you look at the bottom of the description for my Matt Pitt one, it says, hello?
No,
Did I get disconnected?
No, you're here. I'm here.
What happened?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, guys. Pause. Technical difficulties. Hold on. I'm still here. Hold on. Let her figure that out. Hold on. Give a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me... Do I need to... Can you hear me, Jessica? Uh-oh. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, no problem. We'll try again here in a minute. Hold on. I'm going to disconnect and then pop back into waiting, and then I'll pull you back in a second when I see you, okay? All right. Hold on. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, let her fix her issue. Yeah, something's going on with Jessica's Discord, so I'm just giving her just a second. Anyway, well, when she comes back, I figured that we could talk a little bit more, and then we could watch the videos that she's done. These have been so amazing. These last 4 have been great. I love every single one of them. The first one that she did is this one. The D-Max and Riveter attacked me. That was too flippin' funny. Now this one, I saw this one kind of the other night, but I haven't watched it fully. So we'll watch that one together. It's I have an issue with some women in this community. It's hilarious from what I've been told, yeah. So I'm excited to go over that with her. Just let me know when you're good, Chiquita Rita. So let's give her just a second, guys. There we go. Hello?
Hi.
Hello. You back?
Yes, okay.
all good. All good, girl. All good.
Oh my god. It just went black. And I'm just like, whoa, what's going on here?
It's done that to me before, too. It's all good. It's all good. Discord has been, I'm telling you, I don't know if you've noticed this or not either, but Discord has been kind of weird here lately, and so has YouTube chats. Have you noticed that too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's something is going on. Anyway, no, all good, all good. But no, I don't know if you heard any of that, but what I was just saying is that we could, of course, talk a little bit more about, obviously your whatever you wanted to talk about, but also I figured that we could watch all 4 of your videos.
Yeah, no, I'm down to watch them.
Oh, they're so funny.
Yes.
The first one, I gotta tell you, and I wasn't sure how you were going to top it, but you did, was after the first one that you did with the Riveter and D-Max attacked me, I about died. And that's what kind of started it all. Was that was the first video that kind of started the reactions with Peepaw, and now he has his own segment about you. So
yeah,
I love it. I love it. But before we get to those real quick, yes, Pizzle Army, hell yeah, Turtle, hell yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Whoop. Oh, Turtle's one of my so before we do that real quick, so Turtle, when I first even started really watching YouTube, like, because before I only used to watch it for like how-tos or like music videos, really. That's it. And then I was a big fan of DeAntbird, and they had posted a thing on their Instagram, and it was a screen recording of Edwin's video about them. And so I went to Edwin's page because I was like, what is this about? I was like, what's going on? Why are they talking crap about this chick? What did she do? Why did she make a song about them? And so I went to Ed, and I started watching that, and that from there, when I was in Edwin's Discord, me and Turtle like kind of hit it off almost right away. Like me, Turtle, Madam Horror and Hellfire, and then Kitten, stuff like we all just kind of hit it off. And then there was this one day where like I had literally posted in like topics or unpopular opinions that what Onissio's not going to get arrested for anything he did. And oh my God, did they come after me for that? But Turtle was there. She had my back the whole time. And that's what actually led to us. Like, I think we started, I think it was Turtle made her own Discord for us to hang out in outside of Edwin's Discord, because we were just done with Edwin's Discord and his mods. But Turtle is definitely OG 100% always. So,
oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so cool. Well, yeah, I have a couple of people that are in and out, or that have been around me, and I've been around them now for quite a while. And one of them is I gotta give a special shout out, and I'm gonna boost his ego, I guess. Is Spectre. Spectre has been one of those people that has been with me for a very, 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 very long time now. Since I first started chatting in chats and stuff, I think. Yeah, it's been about... Well, see, I first started watching, like, more of, like, your content and, you know, how I came into this community. I've said this before, was it was by complete accident, actually. It was really weird. I happened to see a video that Keemstar did about, a Minecrafter being accused of harassing another woman or something. I want to say that it was Kiwi, or so that was his name or something. It was something Kiwi. I don't know. I don't think that he makes content anymore. If he does, it's very little. I don't know. But
Red Kiwis?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I have no idea. Unfortunately, there's been one too many. But no, he did a video he was doing a drama alert about that, and then I happened to see in my recommended Tipster. Yeah. And then, yeah, we all know how that went. Speaking of which, let's talk about that for just a second. So I really don't fully know, really truly, and again, maybe I do, I just don't remember. I don't really know or remember how some of you got labeled as goth mommies.
I think it really just came down to like, like, so with like Hannah and like Tiny and and like AP and them, like that was more like they were like in his chats, they were his mods, they were in his Discord and stuff. For me, um, I was I was never invited to any of the tipster discords because all the other girls hated me. So I was never invited to any discords, but me and Tipster interacted a lot on Twitter, and I would go on his live streams often. So really, some of us were actual goth mommies, like the ones that were in his super inner secret circle, whatever. And then there's others like me who are goth mommies because we interact with him or we're his friends. Like me and Tipster, like Tipster's one of the ones like I consider an actual friend because we have each other's personal information. You know what I mean? So like we have each other's phone numbers basically. So I mean, if it depends on how you think of it. If you think of goth mommy as one of the tipster defenders, then I'm not in that. But if you think of goth mommy as someone that tipster's close with, I guess I'm not. I'm just not internet close with him because like I said, I was never like all these discords that all these other girls were in. Like I was like that. I used to bitch. I'm so mad that I get the goth mommy label, but not the goth mommy benefits. Like Tipster's never defended me ever, and really it's because like I've never bitched at Tipster about stuff that was going on online. The only time me and Tipster talked about online drama was with the Half Baked podcast, and that's because he reached out to me after my first post about it, and then we were talking about it, and I sent him the text message, the Turkey Tom text, where it was like, and as for Turkey Tom, and you could share this, and so that was like the majority of it, of the like. But he never defends me because I didn't bitch about it. I didn't ask him to defend me, and sometimes like I would just straight up tell like there's people that are saying like would say like, you know, or like in DMs, like, hey, I wish I could defend you. I'd be like, don't, just don't. Don't, I don't want you to, because when I make my huge biggest thing online is I don't want to be seen as inconsistent or unfair. Like I don't want to be seen as, oh, you're just okay with it because you're friendly with so and so. I never want to be seen that way. And if people argue for me, there's a good chance that they're going to end up looking inconsistent because a lot of my takes are so niche that like it can be applied in every single, like in various situations. Like if Tipster defended me on like, and I defended him on some things, like the DJ Screwdriver thing. Like I was like, why are you asking Tipster about it? And I agreed with the whole, well, that's how everyone knows her. But my biggest issue was, but you're pulling him into it. Like, yes, that's how, but you're tagging him. There's no reason to tag him to do it. You could just mention Tipster. That was my thing about it. And then like I didn't defend him on the lolly stuff, but there was a comment that someone said, like, there is no such thing as lolly in anime or video games. And I sent a whole bunch of screenshots of like, based on what that person considered lolly, like these were fully clothed. And there was like a gif from an anime of a lady, and she put a kid into her shirt, like an anime lady, and she put a kid into her shirt, like under her shirt, and they're like, well, that's not sexual. I was like, by your own logic that you just told Tipster, that is, what are you talking about? Like, and so it wasn't defending Tipster, it was just like, okay, that's a stupid point, let me just, I can argue that, I can argue this point that this person's making, because they literally said, like, they were making a point about, like, even if it was all closed, it's a kid or something like that. And I was like, that's such a stupid point. That's such a dumb point. Here we go. So,
well, no, I get that. And that whole thing was a huge, oh my God, that thing was a mess.
It's a mess. And I know for a fact the reason why Tipster got into it. And like, I love Rum, and me, and like, I don't really interact with her, but like, she's cool. But I could almost guarantee you, well, actually, I know for a fact that Rum was bitching to Tipster about it. The only thing that I'm not sure of is whether or not Rum asked Tipster to help her with it. But I know for a fact that she was bitching about it, and kind of like, oh my God, they're making fun of me for this thing. And Tipster, if you do that, he's going to feel some type of way. And he's like, well, not anymore, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention, but he used to, like, you bitch at him, he's going to feel like he's got to defend you. I don't know why, but
I don't get that either. I think that was his major downfall. Stupid. It was his, I think that was part of his downfall though, too, was that he was, he did that for Rum, and who else did he do that for? He did that for somebody else. I just can't think of who it was, but
he did it for Rum. He did it. I mean, pretty much all of them. Like he defended almost
Tiny,
just about all of them.
Didn't he do that for Tiny too at some point too?
Yeah,
I think and but you know, and I get it that he was trying to, and again, looking back on it at the time, I understand too, or he was, and then he got ridiculed for not defending, what's her name? AP over 9K. And but when she did what she did, which, that was absolutely terrible. But the thing is, though, is that I get, and looking back on it, even though, you know, obviously we all know what happened with Tipster in the end, you know, looking back on, I understand a little bit, or I understood at the time why he kind of did it, was so then that way he could beat people going to him and asking him about this said situation, I guess. Maybe that was his thought process. I don't know. Truthfully, I've been, and again, oh, hello, Horror and Hellfire. Hello.
Hi. We were just talking about you a little bit ago.
We sure were. But you know, and again, I understand that, like I said, maybe that was his thought process on why he was doing what he was doing and why he did what he did. But the whole Lolly thing was such a huge mess to begin with, it was so crazy that I remember that going on for like, it seemed like a couple weeks, and I think it did go on for like at least a couple weeks, the aftermath of it anyway. But it was that whole thing was just nuts. But now we know, obviously, today what was going on with him, and you know, it is what it is. Wish him nothing but the best, obviously. I'm sure that, you know, I never really interacted with Tipster a whole lot. I would go into his streams on occasion, and then when I got active on Twitter in November of 2022 and started like building, you know, follows and stuff like that in the different chats that I would go into, because I had somewhat of an intention of becoming a content creator. I just wasn't sure how just yet. So I was kind of, in a way, building my audience and just feeling people out and just seeing what would happen. But I wasn't obviously going to do it if, you know, nobody would be interested, but I probably would have done it anyway. Who knows? But then the whole broadcast thing fell into my lap, and then there you go. So the rest is history. But I just really, I've never, Tipster's just a mess. And again, I never really interacted with him too much, except for like on the occasional Twitter post. Like I posted something, I'm sure that, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but do you know Mr. Huck?
No.
Okay, Mr. Huck is my husband.
Mm-hmm.
And he is a character, quote unquote, if you will. And within like my people that I've been interacting with and stuff, he's a side character, right? So he's but there was a picture that Kat had made for him, the lovely Kat, as a Ghostbuster.
Mm-hmm.
And so he also has, he's a full-blown Ghostbusters fanatic. He's an actual Ghostbuster. He volunteers as a Ghostbuster in our local area to like different like cons and stuff like that. Like, I'm not kidding. He has,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, he has like the full flight suit and everything. Like, legit. I'm not joking. And I had posted on Twitter a picture of his new proton pack that he got. He has 2. Yes, we have 2. And Tipster happened to see it. And he was like, "Oh, that's so cool. You know, you got to tell me, was it the Hasbro one?" And we kind of exchanged messages that way publicly via Twitter, but that was it. And then like within, I don't know, like within a month or 2 was when everything went down with the whole lolly thing. And I just was like, yeah.
Oh, that's quick.
Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah. Wow, that is quick. Yeah. God.
It seemed like that anyway, because that was like in the beginning of the year that all of that went down. But yeah, it was anyway. But no, I just, you know, and then I got, would you like to know? Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
What?
Would you like to know how I officially became to get to know you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh God, this is so weird. The Salvo situation.
Oh yeah. Which one? The bad one?
The aftermath of the fireball, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. No, that's how I'm telling you, that's how a lot of people got to know me. So like what's really funny, what I think is hilarious is the people who disliked me prior to that. I'm just like, nah, you dislike me for no fucking reason at all because you find me irritating or whatever. The people that dislike me after that, I'm like, I could see it. Like, I can understand. I can understand. But that was such a weird situation, and it was a situation where I'm thinking to myself, like, D-Max made a good point that maybe I'm just too big brained, like I'm Elon Musk unaware kind of situation. But like, to me, I'm explaining everything perfectly, right? I'm explaining everything like I'm talking to a 5-year-old child. So to me, these, like, when people started like, it just irritated me that people kept on saying that it was just all about the money. And I was like, I don't know how many times I have to say that it's not about the money. And then even the last time, my last statement was like, I can't talk about the situation. I can't talk about why I'm mad at Salvo, what the the primary reason I'm mad at Salvo, without talking about the fucking money, because it's about him just lying to me for no reason when he knew I would have been understanding. But I can't just say Salvo lied. Well, what the fuck did he lie about? The money. Like, right. And so like, that's what kept on getting me so frustrated, is because in the beginning I was like, no, I'm breaking this down perfectly. Here's exactly why I'm doing, and everyone's like, she's mad because she didn't get paid. And I'm like, no. It's like I'm going back and forth with these people, and as I go on and as I argue, I'm getting more and more like as that one chick, Lex Updog says, what does she call it? Brain dead or whatever. I'm getting, and I can see it, but I can't stop because I'm thinking to myself, no, I have to defend myself against this. So I'm like fighting a fight that I think that is an easy win, but it's not becoming an easy win because nobody understands me. And then it hit a boiling point when after that talk with Matt and Salvo on what was going to be the Now Recording episode. Like it just said a point, because like to me, I like broke it down perfectly to me, and like, but everyone on that call didn't understand, because it's one thing to argue back and forth with people on Twitter, because like to me, I'm like, okay, so they're looking at the comments, and it's words, you know, but tone can be there's so many things that can be misconstrued.
Right.
But then I'm talking to Salvo, and me and Salvo are going back and forth, and now I'm speaking it. These are my words, and still nobody understands. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I flipped. I went schizo. And then I did that video, and where I was bitching about Matt, and like it was supposed to be, here's how it really went with Salvo. And I had so much mixed feelings about the Matt situation, that it became the Matt video. And that's the video I was kind of mixing in. Like I was thinking about how when they do Now Recording, how they talk about situations. So I was mixing that kind of satire with real life drama, and that's where everyone got fucking confused. And I have yet to watch any of the videos. I didn't watch the Tommy video. I didn't watch any videos of anybody talking about it at all. I haven't watched any, and I'm not going to, because like to me, I'm like, you know what? I took my break. I was offline, and during that time, I was like, you know what? If nobody fucking understands me, and I'm trying my best to make it as clear as possible, then it's really just not my fucking problem anymore.
Right.
And I think that's where I became jaded, because I am very, very jaded when it comes to online stuff. Like, like when it comes to like anything online, like, dramas, like, or people like the Clancy situation and or like different situations where people are like quote unquote like victims, or they're like mental health and stuff. I became so jaded about it, because I was like, you know what, I don't even fucking care. I don't even fucking care. Nobody gave, to me it was like nobody gave two shits. Nobody gave two fucking shits. Everybody celebrated when I was going through my shit, and everyone celebrates when and I'm just like, everyone celebrates when people go through shit. Some people push them to that. I was like, so I don't fucking care anymore. You don't understand me. You don't, it is what it is. And it really did help. It does lead to some, like, sometimes I'll tweet an insensitive thing, and then like I'll get a little bit of backlash for it. But at this point, like I think of Chud Logic. Like he gets so much more shit than I will ever get in my entire life, and he just all right, fine, whatever. Yeah, sure, I am that, whatever. Even Augie, when he was talking to Kevels, yeah, sure, I'm transphobic, whatever.
Yeah,
because it's like, what's the point in trying to fight it when you know it's a losing battle? So now I just kind of, and I just started doing whatever I want, however I want. I'm more cautious about the optics and whatnot now, sometimes. But like I said, sometimes I get a stick up my butt, and I'm like, nah, screw this, screw that person. No, here's my opinion on that. You can go to hell, kind of thing. Right. Sometimes I get, and then the other day, I actually found Tipster's private account by doomer scrolling Twitter, and it was I was doomer scrolling Diva's Twitter to see what else she's got to say, because sometimes it's funny and I just want to see it. But I was like doomer scrolling her account. I was doomer scrolling Maya. Like I was just doomer scrolling all over Twitter looking for things, and Diva, I don't know if she had replied or reposted one of Tipster's tweets on his private account. So then I go to follow it, and then he texts me and he's like, how'd you find it? I was like, doomer scrolling. And he was like, oh, I stopped doing that. I was like, oh, I do it every once in a while. Sometimes it makes me feel like I got feelings. Because I just, in real life, I've dealt with so many people with so much trauma and so much issues and so much, all this, like my brother is a raging drug addict. Okay. And,
Oh man.
and like, and he's got depression, and he's schizophrenic, and just everything is everybody else's fault. And my dad's ex, she'd passed away. Don't say sorry, I didn't like her. Anyways, but she was also schizophrenic, and she was a big old druggie and shit like that. And she was just a horrible person all around. Like, I felt bad for my dad when she died, because like he really loved her, but like dealing with those kind of people just kind of numbs you to it.
Yeah,
and like even when I was younger, like the only person that threatened to end game that I've ever helped, and will, like, she's better now, but that I would have ever helped, like, and tried to make, you know, them not do it and go through the whole process and like really freak out about it, was my best friend. And she, it got to a point where like I was the only person that she would like unlock the door for. Like her sisters would call me. Her sisters would call me, and I would have to go over there, and then they'd all be at her door, and then I'd knock and I'd say, "All right, let me in. Hurry up, let's go. Come on." And then she'd let me in, and I'd find where, like, she always hid the pills, and I would always find them. And then I would do stupid stuff, because like my way of making people feel better is by making them laugh. So I would sing her the Prince of Egypt song, and I would be like, "Hush now, my baby, be still, love, don't cry." You know, I would do it, or I'd be like, I would sing various like really, really weird songs or Disney songs to her. And she would, you know, be like, "Oh, you're so stupid," but then it would like get her to kind of smile or whatnot, and
that's sweet.
or, you know, and just kind of like bring her out of wherever she was.
Right.
And I never tired of doing that, because she wasn't. It was clear she wasn't doing it just for my attention. Or for anybody's attention. Like, she was really sad about something. Right, you know what I mean?
Right.
And like, but there were other people in my life that would do it when they kind of like online, kind of like the Clancy situation, where Clancy gets in trouble, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna end game. Yeah, okay, so now you're in drama, and now all of a sudden it's end game time. As kind of there's people that I dealt with like that, and I would care, you know, for the first initial times. But then it just kind of became apparent. I was like, okay, you know what? There was one time where I literally handed my friend the knife, and I said, "Go ahead, go do it. Go do it. Go do it, because I'm tired of you doing this. You're not bettering yourself. You're not trying to better yourself. I've given you so many freaking things, not just my time, but I've helped you fix these things that you say you're going to end game over. I've helped you financially. I've helped you emotionally. I've helped you like everything. I've helped you. Right. And then I've watched you tear it back down so that you can complain about it again. Right. And I'm like, I'm just, and so like, so there's this mindset of the people that don't like me, that I'm just fully uncaring. And in reality, if I don't know anything about you, or like I see you as a cruel person online, no, I'm not going to care. Well, I'm not going to care, because if online, you know what I mean? And like, for like my brother, like at this point, I'm like, you're not doing anything to better yourself. Like, they're so, like, we live in LA. You have options. And he won't even go and get an ID card. And I've paid for him to get a new birth certificate, and he tore it up. And like, because he knows that as soon as he gets an ID card, then a lot of his excuses go away. Right. And I paid $64 to get him a new birth certificate so that he can go and get an ID card. And he lit it on fire, like literally lit it on fire. I was like, okay, okay. So
That's
you
oh,
don't
it's
want to fix
terrible.
yourself. You just want to keep on living this life
Yeah.
and being able to bitch about it. Okay, got
Yeah, I mean,
it.
in that kind of instance, especially when it comes to family, you can only do so much, and
Mm,
that's sadly, I kind of me not personally, but my family has been through something similar to that too. But
mhm,
it's just tough, man. Like you have to pick and choose your battles when it comes to that kind of stuff because you just don't know what you can do and what you can't do. I
mhm.
kind of I've talked about this before to a certain extent. Hello, Empress. I've talked about this before to a certain extent, not really, but I kind of went
Mhm,
through something like that with my mother-in-law.
mhm,
She unfortunately was very self-destructive, but she passed away in 2015, and that was a whole mess. And again, I've had family like that before too that have been through the ringer when it comes to certain situations like that, and it's tough, man. Especially when you're so close with them and you've tried all that you can do to help them in any way that you can, whether it's giving them a hot meal or whether it's buying them an ID card or whether it's just being there for them for a shoulder to cry on, and they just give you the cold shoulder with it. It's like, what is the meaning of all of this?
yeah.
It can really
Mhm,
weigh on you mentally, truthfully, and that's why I've always made it a point, me personally, that if I, and again, you're going to come across people like that on occasion. It's going to happen, right? But
mhm.
I've I've become somewhat desensitized to a certain degree when it comes to certain situations like that. If I can kind of sense when that person is just doing it for attention too, or if they legit need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
there's certain signs with that you become aware of once you've experienced that kind of those type of situations. Either way, it's a gamble. You know what I mean? Like it can either
Oh
work
yeah.
out in the end or it cannot, and you have to take the risk with it and just see what happens. I get it 100%. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow.
That's that's crazy. Well, I hope that I'm very happy to hear though, and I'm glad that you. So let me ask you this real quick. And it's probably going
Uh-huh.
to be a bit of a loaded question. I don't, well, not loaded, but
Yeah.
it'll be kind of like maybe a multi-answer one.
Yeah.
What made you want to come into commentary?
Um, really, it was the creep show art. Tommy C. I mean, really, what it comes down to
Love
as
Tommy
really just
C.
Tommy C. Like, so the creep show art stuff was going on, and
Mhm. Mhm.
and and I was I don't know. I had called in at one point, and um he was talking to me about it, and I was like, yeah, I know everything. And I was like, I thought about making a video and stuff. And he's like, you should go ahead, make a video, but make it like in defense of creep show art. And I was like, oh my god, yes. And so I did that, and that's literally just the title. And oh my god, that's still my highest. I got 14,000 views on that, on my very first video. um
Nice.
and I got like 400 subscribers just from that video alone. And then there was Odessa Franklin Boutwell. um well, I was able to react to the reactions of my first creep show art video.
Mhm.
It was like 2 years ago. But um um then there was the Odessa Franklin Boutwell, and it was the person that everyone thought was creep show art. And that was such easy content because she would do like a good 7 to 10 minutes of talking. And then I would screen record that on my phone, and then I would put it into Power Director. I would play it, pause whenever I had a reaction to make about it,
Mhm.
and then I would record my reaction on my phone, and then continue. So like I was editing it as I was making it.
Mhm.
And then at the end, what I would do is I would put my little sprite, that was from Kat because she's awesome, but I
Oh
would put
yes,
my
Cat is
little
amazing.
sprite
Yes.
um over me reacting, because I reacted like not totally on camera, but I recorded it, so it was like there was a camera view going on, so I put that over it. And those did so well. Like I said, I was like, my first one was 5,000 views. My second one,
Wow.
my second one was 2,000, then 1,000, 1.8, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, um, and then there was Prime K's, and that's when I kind of got to know about Destiny through this Prime K's drama, and I was like, this bitch is ridiculously nuts, and I was like, I got to make a video about it. Made a video about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Hello Leash stuff happened. Those blew up, like got 10,000 views, whatnot, and that's really what got me into it. I was like, oh my God, this stuff is so easy to do, and I'm making so many views, and I was just like, yes. And that's really what it was. It was just easy.
Yeah.
And then as time got on, it's not like it kind of did start to get harder, because I was like, I don't like, do I even really care about this drama?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, I don't even really want to do it. The Death Noodles thing, of course, I made videos about it, but like, I was just like, I don't really want to make this video, but I'm part of the drama, and I have a lot of proof to disprove what he's saying happened. And I was like, so I kind of have to make it, I mean, and at that time I was like sticking up for Salvo. I was like, no, he wasn't banging on windows trying to get into the back room.
Right,
he jiggled the knob once or twice. And I was like, it's literally on camera. And here's my version and my viewpoint from what, like, I was like, I have all this stuff to talk about. And so I made those ones. And then it just kind of like started to go down and down. And I was just getting, I think I was just getting burnt out, because I was forcing myself to make videos every single week. And so I was getting burnt out. And then of course the Salvo, the leg gate, that's what they call it. Leg gate happened. And then it was just all downhill from there. And then I finally come back to making videos, and my first one was about the woman recording drama that happened.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
And people took that extremely well, and so then it kind of gave me another little boost, and I was like, okay, well, let me try. But like the views just weren't there anymore, so it wasn't like all totally, like, I wasn't totally into it. And then of course the people riveter stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm totally into this stuff. I will do this all the time. And I even made another Edwin video doing it, and I was just like, I was like, this is great. I was really worried about the Edwin video, because I was like, I'm gonna add satire into this, but it's like actual drama, you know what I mean? I was like, let me try this one more time. Let me see if I've ironed out all the little kinks, And I was like, all right, let me try this one more time. And people liked it. I was like, okay, now I got it. I know how to do it now. I know how to do it. Because I just
great.
feel I'm such a creative soul, and I'm like, I gotta get it out, but I don't know how to do it.
Yes, right. And that's wonderful. And that, like I said, I think in the beginning, I know that when I first got introduced to you, like I said, was after the whole Salvo thing happened, and then when someone went on Xylee's stream, and that happened. That whole stream. That stream will live in infamy throughout the community. There was so much that happened in that stream, but but no, that one, and then obviously throughout the time that soon after that, I think I had always thought that you were I knew, watching you and hearing you, it sounded like to me that you just were not getting, I don't want to say the recognition, but it sounded like that you were just getting, like I said in the beginning, that you were just getting a lot of crap that may or may not have been justified. Just depends on what people were thinking or whatever, right? But, and I remember seeing you again I think it was shortly after your break when you just took a break from everything, which again, probably one of the smartest things I think that anybody can do. If anybody ever gets to that point to where like what you got to, or what anybody can get to, right, to where they just feel burnt
Yeah.
out, they just feel like they're gonna scream or whatever it may be, go offline. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like I think that you're a perfect example of that because look what you've been able to do now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I
Oh
think,
yeah.
and I'm slowly starting to learn that myself too. Um, that this is making content though. It ain't easy.
No.
It's not.
No.
But how I came into, and then I think when I first saw you again was when you were a guest host on Clear as Mud.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
that
I
was
guess.
really fun, and that was super, and that was really cool. And again, People is the best. I love him.
He's so sweet. He's so sweet. Like I like the people like Bunny and
Mm-hmm.
her man Cooter and whatnot and Peepaw like and like all these people that that you know like tried to help do that. Like I and Peepaw like I'm still to this day I'm still like just flabbergasted over the computer. I'm just
Right?
like
Me too, both. Right? I got one too from him.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god, I cannot believe that he did this.
I
And
know.
it's
and
he motivated me to get back into it.
I was gonna bring that up to you too. We are both recipients of the philanthropy fund. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so awesome. And I like and so like I for a little bit I was donating to him, like donating to the philanthropy fund, like and in one way to kind of like pseudo pay him back, but also to like to like pay it forward kind of thing.
Right.
And then I was like, you know what if I can just promo it on every one of my videos so that it's kind of like, even though I'm not getting as many views, like maybe it will make people think, maybe they'll click on it, on his link. Maybe my viewers will donate to him. Like, cause it was such a gesture. And like, he is such a good, just a good person, just a good man.
100%.
And holy crap, like I know I'm high, I'm high, but like bruh, like sober I would say Peepaw is a great man. Like I can't believe he did that. And like, and even when he did it, I was like, do you mind if I tweet about this? Because I know that usually when people give me money, like they get shit on, because like even like Tipster got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit for taking money from Tipster at one point. Like Jane helped me out during that time. Like there were a few people that helped me out and they got shit for it. And so he was like, oh, I get shit all the time for other reasons. I don't care. I was like, okay, because I really want to thank you for this publicly. So, but yeah, he's such a good dude. He's such a good dude. And him and D-Max make the funniest arguments on Twitter.
Girl. You got to hear this story. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'll get into how I came into this. I'll get into that in a minute. I gotta tell you this story.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. So and this kind of coincides with how I started too. So I'll go ahead and start somewhat from the beginning. So like I said, I would be in like different people's chats and stuff like that. And how I got started, actually, if you don't already know, was through the broadcast.
Yeah.
The broadcast gave me a chance and let me audition for when they were looking for co-host or a co-host at the time, and now it's Bunny and Rennie, which is amazing. And but yeah, they let me audition, or they gave me a shot to audition, right? And I was very thankful with how everything turned out, extremely, and was very grateful for how the reviews and stuff and the feedback that I got with my audition itself, and that was amazing, and I couldn't thank everybody enough. Well, one of the supporters obviously was People, and he promoted me quite a bit. So did everybody else, but people, obviously promoted me quite a bit. And he offered, soon after the auditions were all done, he had offered to help me to get me set up on OBS.
Yeah.
So this was like, I don't know. I think this was in April of when was this? This was, no, this was this year. I think it was in like March or something, or April of this year. It was like soon before I started actually officially streaming and stuff, right? And Jessica. So I got on a call with him and we were going over some stuff and whatnot. Back up. My first trainee was D-Max.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I had asked D-Max first if he could train me, and he offered to train me. I think I went on a vacation or something. I came back, and it was like the day before it was like the day we got back or something, or the day after we got back, and him and I were going over OBS stuff, and you know the dancing peepaw meme?
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me how to put that on my screen.
Oh wow.
Okay, so he told me how to tell you the truth. Even to this day, even if I were to probably fiddle with it, I probably couldn't tell you how that happened. But again, he showed me how to do it, so I kept it in there because I thought it was hilarious, and I was thinking, okay, well, I'll just keep it in there just in case. Well, 2 days later, Peepaw is training me.
Yeah.
And I knew that it was still in the OBS because I'm like, okay, I gotta tell you something before we start. There's something in this OBS that you need to see. Please do not be mad. He's like, who did you... He's like, wait a minute. Did you trained with D-Max beforehand, didn't you? I'm like, yes. So sure enough, I pulled up OBS and it was my talking screen or whatever it was. And all of a sudden you just see Dance of Peepaw and you hear Peepaw do this. I am going to kill him, or something to that effect. And Jessica, I lost it. I absolutely lost it. And I go, well, I mean, we can take it off if you want. And again, this is one of my first times ever talking to him. So I'm like, what do I do? But I knew that he was mad at, or he was just frustrated with D-Max. I knew he was messing around. But again, at the time, I was like, what do I do? So we were having an issue with trying to get Stream Elements to link up to show the alerts.
Yeah.
And eventually him and I both were messing around with it for like a good 10 minutes. If that, right? And he's like, okay, that's it. I'm calling D-Max. So he calls D-Max. Girl. I wish to this day that that phone call would have been recorded. That was gold. And I will never, ever forget it. He called D-Max, and D-Max was in the middle of getting food at a local barbecue place. And the only reason why we knew was because when he called him and brought me in on the call, D-Max was literally in the middle of the drive-thru. And we hear him go, hold on, Peepaw, hold on, as Peepaw is yelling at him. Hold on, Peepaw, hold on. I need an order of ribs and a side of beans and some french fries. And people was like, D-Max, what are you doing? I am trying to talk to... Oh, girl.
Oh, my God.
Jessica, when I tell you that call was flipping gold, I mean it. I'm really hoping, and I haven't asked him this yet, and I keep forgetting to do so. I want to ask if either D-Max or Peepaw recorded that, if they did, because I'm telling you, it was if I
I could just imagine. Oh my God.
Jessica, I couldn't breathe. I literally was dying at the kitchen table. I had to mute myself. I don't know how many times. It was just the funniest fucking thing ever.
Oh my god.
Soon after, like a little while after, I got up in OBS and stuff like that and started streaming. And when I had D-Max on that night, I brought it up to him. And, of course, he was like, oh, you remember that? I'm like, dude, how could I forget? Are you kidding me? That's a conversation that you don't forget.
No. That's exactly. So, like, I always thought, I was like, wouldn't it be funny if my first live stream is like D-Max or Peepaw or
They'll
like
come.
Jane
They'll come.
teaching me how to do it. Like,
They'll come. I guarantee you, they will come. Mm-hmm.
I was like, because all I know how to do is to go live. I don't know anything about chat. I don't know anything about anything, right? I looked at the YouTube video of how to go live with OBS. That's it.
Well, you and I both are the opposite, because all I know how to do is stream. I can't do videos. Well, I probably could at some point. No, I've thought about this, and I've said this before, that at some point, maybe when I get more comfortable and I have more time, I think I've thought about making videos. It just depends on what the subject would be about. If it would be about a certain topic, like a certain drama, or if it would be like maybe a longer format of like I don't know, maybe a true crime story, like that whole that whole rap or death thing. It's like, oh my god, are you kidding me? What's her name again? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
It's Little Tay.
Lil Tay, thank you.
And she's alive.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. That is insane.
I vaguely remembered who she was. Right? Like, I was like, is that the one whose like brother was like forcing her to do like content on TikTok? And someone was like, yeah. And then I watched Philip DeFranco today, and he broke down like pretty much like in the most simplest cut dry way her whole history. Like and I was like, oh my god, so it's even worse than I thought.
Yeah,
I was like, Jesus Christ.
I'll have to watch that, because I never heard of her until the story broke. And when was it? Tuesday,
I think. Yeah.
I never had heard of her until just obviously with this story. And I was initially thinking that maybe she was like some type of TikTok person or something, because I had never seen her that I know of on YouTube or anything. So I was initially thinking, okay, maybe she's, just a up-and-coming rapper. Unfortunately, she passed away. And then all of this stuff now was coming out about it. It's like, what is going on?
Right?
That is insane. It's insane. And just all of this stuff is just, crazy. Not only just with her, but with XQVC, as I like to call him. And yeah, I call him that. I don't care. And just, and FouseyTube, I didn't really know until just recently too. I'm so old. I'm a boomer. But all of this stuff that's coming out about all this, and I gotta tell you, and this is what it's leading to. Yeah. Is all of this stuff that's been coming out over the last week and the last couple days has just been crazy. But to have this small little beef that we had in the commentary community with me, with you, I got thrown in.
Yeah, you caught some strays.
I caught some strays. I got thrown in just for reporting on it. Dang it. But of course, I had the one and only Maggot Edits on with me that one night, so that's probably why. But yeah, having this small little beef that transpired between you, me, Abby, people, and D-Max, and
Zach's in there too.
Oh, it was great though. It was. You know what though? If anybody thought that little beef between D-Max and Peepaw was serious, they don't know them. Like legit, they don't know them, and that was probably one of the greatest fun. I hope that happens again here soon. I really do. Or the other good one that happened was Xylie's murder mystery. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't.
Oh my god, Jessica! Oh my god, that was
Oh.
Do you so you know the mama misogynist thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That account, okay, this had to have started, was it last weekend? Or the weekend before? So I am at a friend's house, okay? And it was, we were just hanging out, because usually on the weekends, I usually take off and I usually hang out with them or I hang out with the family, you know, whatever. I don't know if you know this or not, but I have a daughter.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know, but yeah.
Yes. And she's going to be 8 going on 18 here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And but you know, I usually hang out with them or whatever. And I happened to see that I had a new follow.
Yeah.
And it was from a mama misogynist, and there is Xylie's picture.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know, anybody that knows that has been in this community long enough knows that there are fake Xylie accounts, just like that there were fake tipster accounts, right? And,
yeah,
you know, I get it. You know, that happens. And I'm like, why? What is this? Like, what is this? So I didn't touch it. I didn't follow back or anything. I just kind of looked at it briefly and I saw that it was fairly new, or it was brand new, brand new. Like, it was made that night, I think, actually. And
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is this? So I just left it alone. I didn't think anything of it, went about my night. Came home, and shortly after I get home, Xylie fires up a live stream, and it was about the mama misogynist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So she fires it up, and she has Maggot on with her, and they were talking, and they were trying to figure out who it was. And Jessica, it legit turned into this murder mystery that the mama misogynist kept coming into her Discord and kept going out of her Discord and kept going. You watch it, watch the stream. I think it's you're a member, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's members only now because she played copyrighted music, I think, in the beginning. But go watch that stream. It is one of the funniest things. The mama misogynist thing is hilarious. Go watch that. And having that happen too, the mama misogynist kept going in and out of her Discord, kept breathing real heavy, kept clapping anytime that she would ask questions. And you could just hear Xylie just freaking out, and she's like, "What is going on?" Jessica, go watch it. It is.
I will.
It is one of the. It's a Xylie stream, so it's like 4 hours or so. But it's still, and I ended up in that call for a little bit before talking with her and Maggot, just, you know, in general, and right when they were getting ready to figure out who mama misogynist was, I fell asleep. I was so mad. Mad. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it as to who it is, chat. Don't spoil it for her because she hasn't seen it.
Well, no, I know it's Matt.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I know it's, so like I found out. So like that account like tweeted at me and like kept on tweeting at me, and I was irritated. So like I muted it, and then like because I thought at first I really thought it was Salvo, right? Because his name used to be like Mama Pancakes or whatever like that.
Oh yeah, and, that would make sense. Yeah.
And so I really thought it was Salvo, and then I remember on Twitter, I think I saw a clip or something where they exposed it as Matt, and I guess the other one was Volt. Like there were 2 accounts.
Yes, it was Matt. It was Matt and Verse.
Verse. I don't know who Verse is, so like I was just like, oh okay, but like it's just so there's just so many. I was just like, oh okay, I get it.
It was hysterical. You have to, and you could. Okay, so I don't know how much you've seen of it, but I won't give away too much. But but yeah, it was Matt. It ended up being Matt and Verse, but you can hear Xylie freaking out as that was going on, and she had no idea. because
oh my God.
it was hysterical. It was, oh my God, Jessica, you have to go watch it. I'm wanting to
yeah.
rewatch it now. It was so hysterical.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, that was too flippin' funny. Just to have this, like, and back to my point, sorry, was that to have these like little distractions here and there, but fun distractions and good distractions within, all the bullshit that we've been hearing about here recently. It's been very nice. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. It has. And it I used to think that it was so fun to like just, kind of like argue with people and whatnot. And then like when I realized that although I don't have a lot of followers, a lot of people interact with everything I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, you know what? And after my break, like during my break, I was like, yeah, I'm starting to see how even the smallest things, like I'm starting to see what people mean when it feels like everyone's attacking you. And so then like, I made my apologies to people because I really felt bad. I mean, it was a copy and paste, but like, I really didn't have time to go through. Like I was still, I wasn't trying to be online that much. So but like I made my apologies. I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm being picky and I'm going to be choosy about it. And it's either got to be someone who's just straight up just lying to lie, or it's got to be something, and it's got to be in regards to me. You know what I mean? Before I like really go after someone. And so, because it does get a lot of attention, which brings a lot of attention on the person. And so like there's times where like I was like, God, I feel bad about that now. But and I love being able to just get high and like make people laugh. Because it makes me laugh. My last video that I did, Scott gave me shit because I'm sitting out there laughing at myself, and I'm like, this is really the first time in a long time that I've enjoyed watching my own content.
Oh, so cool! I love it. I love it, and I think, like I said, and I will say this again. And I think that's why it's been working so well for you, because you're playing into the meme. That you know that some people may or may not take you seriously, and and that's fine. I've been getting that too on occasion. Some people don't take me seriously either, and that's whatever, that's fine. But but again, I'm still fairly new to all of this, so I'm still learning, but I'm sure that there will come a time where and I'm prepared for it to a certain degree, that I'll get some shit here and there, and who knows what will happen. But I hope, and I will say this, and I mean this in all sincerity, I really hope that I take it with dignity just as much as you have been. I think that you personally are on a great role, and I hope that it continues for you, and I really wish I've always liked you. I've always been a fan, and I think that you have been doing really, really well with all of this, and you have such a great laugh, and you have such a great personality, and you play into it, and I love it. And I think that overall, I think that you're a really good person. And I don't know if you heard this or not, or but on Saturday, I was lucky enough to get Xylee on. And but yes, I'm coming for all the broadcasts. It's gonna happen anyway. But I have to thank them for what they did for me. But but she said in the beginning of the stream that she was Team Pizzle. And I'm like, hell yeah, you are. So yeah. But yeah.
Not anymore. She took my general and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, did you hear that she called it I love how all of this happens on Peepaw streams. I'm just saying, I love it. I absolutely adore it.
1 sec, I'll be right back. Hold on, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
So, hold on. Coming. Hi. I'm on a stream.
You played a shitload of memes. I played into a shitload of memes. Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, and that's the thing, though, is that when it comes to certain situations, you kind of have to. You know what I mean? And again, it can be a little much, but at the end of the day, as long as you're laughing at yourself and you're okay with it, that's
Sorry.
what matters.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're totally good. And Medley, I know Matt doesn't get your name right. I know he doesn't. I know you do. He'll learn one day eventually, I hope. Anyway.
Medley, if you have been affected by Matt Pitt, please reach out to me in DMs. I'm totally willing to boost your story.
She most certainly has.
And send support towards you for this. I do require some proof, of course, to verify your claims.
Yes.
Maybe a clip, but if you would like to send that to me, I will be happy to boost your story against Matt Pitt, who is apparently taking out his micro window problems on the women of the community.
He might be taking out his micro window problems with me on Saturday.
Yeah, why? What's going on Saturday?
He's coming on stream.
Yeah. That should be good.
Well,
oh my god.
So what was funny, and I've been, again, all of these wonderful people, of course, including yourself, have been awesome enough to even come on here, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And it's been so, again, Jessica, I cannot tell you how much fun this has been. If you ever want to test out live streaming, I will help you. I promise you. It seems intimidating. I get it. And it's still, I'm not going to lie, to me, it still somewhat is. But if you haven't ever done it, or if you haven't done it in a while, whatever it is with you, I will help you.
I've never done it ever.
It seems it can be very intimidating, talking, on a regular basis, making sure that you don't have dead air, or anything like that. That can be a bit daunting. I get it. But I'm telling you, I have never been in this point in time right now, and I think I kind of said this earlier, I have never been more comfortable. Oh yeah, 100%. This to me is more freeing and more my style than, maybe making a video than making videos right now. Again, like I said, that can change, right? With you are obviously more comfortable with making videos and doing live streaming, and that's totally fine. That's like, there are some people in this community that are better with streaming or better with videos. It just depends on what their comfort level is. But I'm telling you, if you ever get to the point to where you just want to test it out, you let me know. I will help you.
Okay, will do.
It is a lot. It's not as, it can be very daunting, especially, and people will help you too, and so will D-Max, and so will everybody else. We will be there to help you no matter what. But it's, yes, you did pop my interview, Cherry Spectre. Yes, you did. You silly bedilly. Yes, you did. Yes, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Yes. But Spectre did have a question that he just sent to me. And this is a good one, and I think I may know this. I'm not sure. How did you and Hellfire meet?
How did I what?
How did you and Hellfire, or THS as some people call her, how did you meet her?
Oh, so, well, we met online and IRL, but I met her in the Edwin's Discord when I first came, really, I wasn't totally out into the community because I was just literally hidden in Edwin's Discord and watching Edwin videos kind of thing. But that's where I met her. I think it was, but I know for a fact that when Turtle and them, when Turtle made her own Discord, I know that's when me and Horn Hellfire really started talking. And then there was a day, we found out, from each other, we just opened up to each other one day, found out we both live here in California, and we live relatively close to each other. And I said, you know what, here on this day, I'm going to this bar to play darts. So if you want to show up, we can meet. And she did. And it was immediate. immediate. Like she called me and I was talking to her on the phone while she was parking and kind of telling her which bar it was in the little shopping center. And I see her walk up and we just fast walked to each other, immediate hug, and it was like there was no awkwardness about it. And then she got really, really shit faced. And that's my fault. That's mine and Scott's fault.
I think I know this story.
Because we literally plowed her with. She she could have twit longered us for getting her shit faced that day, but she got really shit faced. And so then she was at a point where I could tell that she was nauseous, and Scott could tell that she was nauseous. So we asked if she wanted to go lay down in her car for a little bit. We took her there and she was laying down. And then we were playing darts. So we were in a tournament, me and Scott. So I couldn't stay with her in the car right away. But as soon as we were done, and I had lost, and Scott, me and Scott had lost, we went out there to go hang out with her. And she has the softest, silkiest hair I've ever felt in my entire life. And I just sat there petting her hair the entire time while she was out there feeling sick. And she was drinking water, and she had called her husband and I think her mom, and they eventually came, and so I met them. And they were really sweet, really nice people. And it was just a great experience. But yeah, she's actually, other than I've met her IRL, and that was a planned meetup. Abby and Salvo, I met because they showed up to the roast battle, kind of thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And I barely really I didn't really totally meet Abby. We've just seen each other IRL because during that time it was hectic. I didn't expect it to go that way. I thought it was going to be the first one that I went to, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it to be that fucking chaotic. It was chaotic.
Oh, I bet,
and
yeah.
Of course, I know I'm on camera. I'm also recording, so I don't want to be a little pussy ass, bitch, kind of thing about the whole thing. But oh my God, on the way home, we were just freaking out. And I saw that me and Salvo, so Salvo's limo and me and Scott and our friend Andrew, we're driving next to each other, and I'm oh my God, this is so, I was oh my God. And I think I see the cameras pointed over. So I'm waving and stuff. And then I'm oh my God, please don't come to the exit. Please don't come to the exit. Please don't come to the exit. Cause I didn't want to be around it. I just kind of wanted to get away from that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then they turn, and I'm oh my God, thank God. Holy crap. Cause I was because it looked like he was heading to the same exit as I was. And I was oh God, I don't want to do this. No. Because I don't want to be stuck trying to not drive next to or in front of you in the limo while you're recording stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Jessica, hold on. Can we just hold on? Pause for just a second. We got breaking news.
Oh no!
Not only is Abby here, obviously. She said, "Pizzle, come to the office. I'll show you how to stream." Hello, Miss Abby.
Yeah.
But we are being stream sniped.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
People.
Hi, people. Hi.
I am high. Okay. and I think that you're rude for stream sniping. You're cucking the cuck, okay? You're so mean. Yes. And Abby, we haven't been to darts in a long time, but I did actually invite her at one point. I told her that I was going, and I gave her the address to the bar that I was going to. But I don't know if I think that was early on.
Oh, that's so funny.
But I've given so many people that, even Mango, when they came down for VidCon, at one point, even Mango, I was yeah, if you guys want to hang out, I'm not going to VidCon, but I'm going to a bar in that area. I was if you guys want to come hang out. Even Mango, I don't care. Because that bar, it's just, you would think, it's the only bar that I've seen that reminds me of Virginia. It doesn't belong in California. That's I don't know how else to say it, but it's a cop bar. So
oh really?
Yeah, yeah, it's a cop bar, and so like I'm like, yeah, sure, yeah, come, yeah, because it's like anyone, it's like the perfect meeting spot too, because like say, if you're weird about like somebody figuring out where, like, it's like if you don't really know somebody and you're weird about someone figuring out where you live or the area that you live in, like in it's just in, it's like there's no worries, and then like all the people are cool. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet, it's not too crazy, but it's not too bored. Like it's the perfect mix of everything, this bar. And when we go out, we usually go to that one. It's a drive, but I still love it.
Now, are you originally from California?
I was born here. Yeah, I was born in California, but when I was 7, we moved to Hawaii. My dad got stationed in Hawaii. And so, um, and then in order for me, my dad wanted me and my sister to graduate in Hawaii. You know what I mean? And so he would just, I think I don't remember exactly how he did it, but like he would change commands so that he could stay in Hawaii. And so I lived in Hawaii from when I was 7 to when I was 21. And
wow.
And yeah, and like my best friend that I was telling you about, she's basically my other like her family's my family, my family's her family, kind of thing. Because I've known her since I was 7. So I've known her for like, yeah, I've known her for 30 years. Like we've but she lives in New Mexico now. I haven't really seen her. I haven't gone to visit her, and like we don't talk a lot, but we don't need to. You know what I mean?
Mine lives in Arizona.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I loved driving through Arizona so much. Oh,
Arizona is great. It was it was the first time that we went was in March of 2022. It was last year, and she had just moved there in 2020, so she had been there for a little over 2 years, and her and her whole family moved there. And but she's originally from here. If you don't know where I am from, I'm in Missouri. And her let's just say that her moving from Missouri to Arizona was a whole new experience for her. Because right. Here we have summers that are boiling hot. We do not have spring. Spring does not exist here. Like,
oh really?
Oh no.
Dang.
Oh no. No. It goes from winter to maybe a spring or two for like a couple days, maybe a week if you're lucky, and then you go right into summer.
Oh wow. Yep. Oh wow.
Yep. And then we get winters that last for God knows how long. That seems like flipping forever. But she grew up in this type of environment, obviously, for all of her life. But when she moved to Arizona, she was like, holy shit, this is like a whole new flipping world. And she wasn't kidding. It is a whole new experience if you ever... It's so pretty, though. Oh, it's so pretty.
I've always thought about living in, like, the Midwest, like or the Mid-East. Like, I've always... And I've always... Like, I'm so torn about... Because in one way, I want to live in a small town, right? I want to live in a small town where everybody knows everybody and everybody knows everybody's business and everybody takes care of everybody, even if they hate them. Like, I want that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I'm like, I got to live like at least like no more than like 10 miles away from a Walmart and a Target. And like, I need my stores, and I need to be able to get stuff delivered. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
no, I get you.
I'm so torn between that. And I like I said, so like when I was living in Hawaii, that was one thing. And then we went from Hawaii to Virginia, and it was a huge culture shock. Cause like, so in Hawaii, I'm Haole, which is white and Hawaiian. I'm Haole, but in Hawaii, think about, like, people talk about how you can't be racist to white people if you're in Hawaii. Go to Hawaii. Go to Hawaii. You'll see. Because, like, and the way, and I don't even know if this was actually like, I don't even know if this still applies because I haven't been there since I was like in so many years. But like in Hawaii, if you're not born there, if you're not a Pacific Islander,
Mm-hmm.
or you haven't lived there long enough, you're nothing. You're dirt under everybody's shoe. You're nothing.
Really?
And the only thing, oh yeah, because they
Ooh.
don't think of like, I don't know if you've seen the movie Blue Crush,
Oh,
where the
yes, it's
surfers.
been a minute though. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like when the football players show up to the beach, that's a locals beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's still like that, but it is very much like that. No, 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 no. You don't belong here. Get out. Go away. This isn't your place. You fucking yank. You fucking white person.
Wow.
Or like, you person, you are a non-local. Get out. Like, you like bars, clubs, places, like the only, like, if you're white or any other, if you're not Pacific Islander, you weren't born on the island, or you haven't lived there long enough, then you party in Waikiki and you stay in Waikiki with all the other tourists, because you ain't coming into our place. And that's how it was. And it was, and I, in a way, like, it was hard, but like the only thing that kept me and my sister okay, to where like we didn't really notice it, was my best friend. Like, they were Samoan, like the whole family was Samoan. Everyone knew that we were friends, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we hung out with them. And so in a way, they were like, they pseudo protected me and my sister from that, just because of the association with them. And then let's see, after in 8th grade is when people started to respect me and my sister, because we all went to elementary school and we went through middle school together. So 8th grade, everyone's like, okay, well, they're local.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mm-hmm.
And then it just changed out of that, like that, just like that. Everyone just recognized us as local. But that's like, if you're not recognized as local, then yeah, you're dirt under the shoe. Like, they don't respect you.
Wow.
They don't want you on the island. Like, and there's good reason, because like some of the people really do ruin the best things about the island. Like, it's good. Like, and they're very superstitious, and they're very they very much still hold on to a lot of their values, like the Maui or the Samoans or the Hawaiians, you know, whatever, the Tongans, you know, they all have their own thing, but the primary beliefs and things that they hold close are pretty much all the same. Like, don't you take anything off this island that belongs to the land.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't make a lot of loud noises at night, or else you'll anger the night warriors, things like that, or the menehune and whatnot. Like, it's all pretty much the same. And so like, when they see somebody else and they're like just disrespecting the island, there's so many ways that you can do it. So it's just like, it's very much, but then I come to Virginia, and like, Black people and white people aren't hanging out together. Like, they're very much separate. And I'm like, what is this? I was like, what is this? And like, it was just a whole culture shock. And I was like, I never, because like, I left California when I was 7 and went to Hawaii. So like, all I knew was like kind of like this integration, because like most of the people that were there were already local, you know what I mean?
Right.
So like, you know, Black people hung out with white people, hung out with Hawaiians, like they all hung out together. It's just the people that weren't local that were ostracized. But if you were local, you were in, it didn't matter color of your skin or who you are, nothing.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So like, when I came to Virginia, and it was like the first time I ever saw racism, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh man, I am in
And how old
I am
were
in
you
another
when that
world.
happened? When you went to Virginia?
I was 21. When I was 21. Yeah. And I was just so shocked. I was like, whoa. And then I was teaching in Hawaii, because I was going to school and I was teaching on the side at the time, like you can teach elementary and you didn't need a degree for teaching because it was like it was basically like daycare. You know what I mean? At the time. Anyways, and then so when I came to Virginia, of course, I'm like, well, I couldn't get a job in my field. So I was doing teaching while I was trying to get a job, an engineering job. And oh my God, I was like, I'm never teaching again. These kids are brats. Holy crap. I'm going to smack every single one of them. Who are your parents? Why do you not have respect for your elders? What is going on? I was so flabbergasted. It was just a huge culture shock.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I bet.
I like how this went from like a let's watch your videos to let's just talk about us.
I know.
Even though it's fine, it worked out.
You know what? That's what I love about these streams, though, and these conversations is that we get to talking and we just have conversations, but we'll get to the videos. I promise.
Yeah.
We just have these conversations, and I love it. I'm getting to know you, and that's what I love is getting to know. And again, like I told you before, you and I have never talked before tonight. We've talked in chat on occasion, but that's really about it. We haven't actually like talked. And that's why I love these types of streams, and that's why I love doing these types of streams is just going off the cuff like that, because you get a natural reaction from people. You get it from me, I get it from the guest, and it's just nice. And when they can actually talk and tell their story and do what they want to do and just say what they want to say, it's just nice. And that's why I that's why this format is great. No, you are doing wonderful, my dear. You are doing just fine. And people did ask me if you were in fact high, and I messaged him and I said, you will be happy to know that Jessica is in fact high. So
I'm so high, like that joint. Oh my God, one hit, bro. One hit. Oh my God, just did me in. I was like, bro, I don't even need these edibles anymore.
Well, so do we have any other questions for Jessica before we? If you guys do have any questions for Jessica, pop them in the chat. Let's go ahead and watch the videos, because I think that's what most people are here for. So, and also to talk to you, and I this has been wonderful. I hope you're having fun. I hope that this has been good for you. I am too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this has been really fun. You are welcome back at any time. This has been great. So let's watch this first one here. Is this the first one?
Which the one where it's the one before the Edwin one.
Okay. Okay, tell me in which order that they're in, and we'll play them in order. I love how this is turned into a series. Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and pull this one up here. Give me just a second. Let me pause it.
Oh, y'all. By the way, Scott's doing good. He got sick, and then he got me sick, and and then I've been nagging. I've been a bit of a rag to him lately because I'm sick. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I hope you both are okay.
Oh yeah, no, he's fine. We'll get over it
and whatnot. Oh, Nintendo Mail did have a question that he posted earlier that I just found. I apologize. Yeah. He asked you about Fire and Emblem, I think. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, do you know anything about Fire Emblem?
No. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
that is.
It's Pokemon.
Oh, I don't. But Scott will know. Scott knows. Like I did play Pokemon Go when it first came out, and I played it for a while. And me and Scott, when we first started dating, we played it. And I forced him to go to Team Valor, because shit. What's the red team? Is it Valor? Yeah. Because Valor, Mystic, Instinct. Yeah, it's Valor. Team Valor, because I was Team Valor. And why are you on the stupid teams of Instinct and Mystic? Because, no. And he was on Mystic. Of course he was on Mystic, because everyone that went to his high school, he actually went to high school with my ex-wife.
No way.
Yeah, he went to high school. He graduated a year before my ex-wife.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I met him, really. I met him. So like my ex-wife, I met my ex-wife's first girlfriend, and then her name was Trish, and then Trish started dating Ben, and Ben was Scott's stepbrother, and that's how I met Scott. I met Scott through my ex-wife. They found out they went to the same high school at the same time. And I was like, you're all Team Mystic, and it's disgusting.
Wait, hold on, back up for just a second.
Yeah.
When you say ex-wife,
I was married to a woman. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we dated. So I at one point was like, I'm just gonna explore my sexuality, kind of thing.
Right.
And I was like, let me branch out. And so I was, talking to guys and girls at one point. And then, but I was never dating anybody because I refused. I refused to tie myself down. I only consider 3 people in my life to be actual people that I was in a relationship with. And that was my first fiance, my ex-wife, and Scott. That's it. Those are the only 3 people that I've ever settled down with and had a full-blown relationship. Everybody else was like pick of the week kind of thing. But yeah, we dated for 5 years, and then they made marriage legal in Virginia, and she had lost her job, and so we were going to do a courthouse wedding so that she can get on my insurance, because in Virginia they don't consider Commonwealth marriages. It's either you're married or you're not. You know what I mean? And so we were going to do a courthouse marriage, but her mom was like, well, I have to go. I have to be there because I don't care if it's a courthouse. I was like, well, if your mom has to be there, then I have to tell my mom and my dad about it. So then I told them, and then my dad told my grandma, and then my grandmother was like, well, when's the wedding? And I gave her a date, which was the date that we had scheduled to go to the courthouse. And then she's like, okay, me and your grandfather will be there. We wouldn't miss it for the world. And I'm like, oh, shit. So then I had 3 months to plan an actual wedding ceremony. And we pulled it off, and it was great. But yeah, we were married for 1.5 years before we got divorced.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So when did you guys get married? What year?
It was, let's see. It was 2015, 2016.
Wow, really?
It's when we got married, and then we divorced. Our official, we separated in 2017, or 2017. Yeah, 2017 is when we separated. I moved out because there was a time shortly after the marriage is when we literally stopped sleeping in the same room. Because it had just gotten bad. It had gotten I think it was, I really do. And I still hold on to this thought process, but I think that her knowing that she had access to all of my money made it to where she didn't think she needed to do anything to work anymore. She would go to a job, the slightest thing she didn't like, she quit, and then she'd stop working for months, and then she'd start a job, and then she'd quit and stop working for months because I was making all this fucking money. I was making shit tons of money, and we could support, I could support us, but the biggest thing that was going on was we were also living with her parents, right? And so we got married, she became a whole different fucking person. And then, I was still living there because I didn't have another place to go. And we were secretly separated. And the reason why we were secretly separated was because if her parents knew that we were separated, they would have made my life a living hell. And so then, around 2017, is when me and Scott, it was New Year's Eve, 2017, and me and Chris went up to Trisha's house up north in Virginia, Northern Virginia, and Scott was there. And then me and Scott had already every time we saw each other, we kind of I flirted with him. He was very much in a relationship and very much very very committed to her, even though they weren't living in the same state. But whatever. But I would flirt with him all the time, and he was there on New Year's, and he was single, and so we were dating, and Chris saw it, and when we got home that day, I was like, I think I really like him, and I was like, and I think that it's time that we go ahead, I move out, and we kind of finalize this because there ain't it hasn't been working for the last few months. Mm-hmm. So because it started out, we were separated, but I hadn't moved out because we were gonna try to make it work, because bitch, I was married to you, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it just wasn't working. And then I met Scott, and I was just like, I don't even want to work on this anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't even want to try to be your friend. So,
right.
And so I moved out, and I moved back into this chick's house that I used to live at. And then I eventually I moved him in bit by bit, and then we started living together, and that was that.
Oh, that's so sweet. Aww.
Yeah, and I didn't know I could click with someone that way. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know it was because I never really clicked. Me and Chris had so many things that we just never clicked on at all, and we disagreed on a lot, and we had so many fights, but I was like, I'm already in this, and it had been, my last relationship was when I was 18 and I was 25. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I want to settle down. So I was determined to settle down. But then we separated, and I was kind of seeing other people, and she knew about it. And she wasn't always happy about it, but she couldn't do anything. Bitch, we're separated. You know what I mean? This is the only reason why we're still living together, is because I don't have a place to stay, and the only reason why nobody else knows about it is because we can't let your parents know. She had moms. Her moms were married too, mm-hmm. But I was like, we can't let them know because they'll make my life a living hell. But
wow.
Scott, just meeting Scott and just talking with him, I was like, I can't. This works out. I didn't think anything could work out this well. And we weren't even officially together, and I was determined to move out by that time, because I was like, I can't even be around this. This is so much worse than I thought.
Right.
I don't deserve any of that. I don't deserve your parents. I don't deserve you. I don't deserve none of that.
Right.
And then, so I wasn't even sure Scott was going to want to be in a full-blown relationship with me, but I was like, I'm still gonna I'm cutting ties with this, because even if me and Scott didn't work out, I had gotten a taste of what life could be, mm-hmm. And I was like, nope. So but it was difficult because Chris's first girlfriend and best friend didn't know that me and Chris were separated for the longest time, and there was a time where Trish was trying to break me and Scott up, because she was like, no, Jessica's she's just using you to get away from Chris and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, so we've been away from each other. I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, I told Chris, I was like, you better tell Trish the truth of the matter. And she didn't want to tell her at first, because she was like, no, she's going to be mad at me because I lied. I was like, just tell her, because she's putting things in Scott's head that aren't true. Mm-hmm. And so she did. And then she told Scott the truth, and that settled that. Because at first he was really just kind of like, I don't know about you, because I don't want to be the reason why you got a divorce. I'm like, you're not.
I would be thinking the same thing. I don't blame you. But see, I lucked out with my, so brief brief, if I can, history of me and my husband, and then I have something to show you. I have another bit of breaking news too. I swear, I chose the right time to stream because Clear as Mud and D-Max and people are up to something. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, you naughty boys!
Yes. So let me brief TLDR. My husband and I met 17, 18 years ago.
Oh, wow. Aw.
Yeah, I met him in 2005. I was a junior in high school. He was just graduating high school. Oh boy. We met, we became really good friends. We went on a really bad camping trip, which is for another stream and for another time. I am going to get yelled at if I tell that story. He was 21. I was 18. I just thought that he was just the cutest thing ever, but we were just friends. We never really got together. Went through a whole string of bad relationships. Got together when I was 23. No, hold on. No. 25. Got together with him when I was 25 or 22. Married him when I was 25 and have been with him for 10 years.
Aw.
Yes.
Aw.
Married for
That's
10,
so
been
cute.
together for 13. Yes.
So I told Scott that was like, you stuck to me for a long time.
Yeah,
a very long time.
we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary in June. Yeah. Yeah. So that's Mr. Huck. So keep an eye out for him because he's a I love him to death. I do. He's my honey bunny, and he gave me a wonderful, wonderful child who I love to death. But yeah, that's Mr. Huck. Most of my audience knows who Mr. Huck is, and he's been on my streams before too. He talked to Peepaw when Peepaw was on my stream a couple weeks ago, and then we did a gaming tier list together Sunday night, and he took over the entire stream. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here.
Oh my goodness.
But it was so much fun. But we'll get more into that in a minute. Breaking news, people. So I have something to show you that I'm wanting to know what the heck is going on here. So hi Ren. So okay, let me share my screen. Hold on, give me a second. So you this involves you.
Yeah. Okay, let me go.
Okay, do you see this?
And yes.
Okay, D-Max tweeted this about 10 minutes ago. Gigi Hearts is saying that there are allegations against JesskaPizzle.
Ooh, what? Like what kind? What? What did I do?
I don't know.
Does it make me look cool?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Do you have any idea what's going on here?
No, what kind? I want to know. What kind of allegations?
Hold on. That's what I want to know too. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can
Talk about the allegations.
Apparently. That's all that I know. Hold on. Let me pull up D-Max's Twitter. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, there's Advent dyeing his hair. Look at that. Hold on. Let me see if... Hold on. Commentary 2 believes in you. You're a dork. Oh! Another bit of breaking news. Pleased to announce a new endeavor with D-Max. Check out our little collab, the Netpackers. Oh my god.
What is wrong with you two?
What is going on? They made an episode together? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, well, it's about dang time if they did. If this is them, oh god, we have to watch that. Oh my god, we have to watch that. That's too funny. So yeah, apparently Gigi says that there's more allegations against you, supposedly.
Apparently.
What is going on? What is going on?
Who is Gigi Hearts?
Okay, so brief synopsis of Gigi. Gigi is an awesome, awesome person. She is one of the co-hosts of Clear as Mud, along with Seth. Do you know who Seth is?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Seth and Gigi now both are the co-hosts of Clear as Mud. Banana is still on there. He still appears on occasion. He hasn't been on there as much, but Gigi and Seth have were in a contest, if you will, or a tournament, whatever you want to call it. They kind of copied a little bit of what like the broadcast did. They had these auditions and these live stream episodes, but their auditions were live streams. The broadcasts were episodes. But they auditioned Seth and Gigi. Gigi was I believe, if I remember correctly, and I'll have to get her on at some point to confirm this, but if I remember correctly, she was just a chatter just like I was. And she would be in these different streams and stuff, mostly with Peepaw streams, but she auditioned and she won. And so her and Seth both now are the co-hosts of Clear as Mud. And yes, and Gigi is an awesome person. She is great. She's really she's doing really well with Peepaw. She's feisty, and also side note, she's Puerto Rican.
So very feisty.
Yeah, very feisty. Yes, but she is she's a sweetheart. She's a huge proponent of this channel. I talked to her one-on-one offline a couple months ago, and her and I had a great and she's amazing. She's great. And of course we all know Seth. Fucking love Seth too. Seth is amazing. But apparently there's more allegations against you, ma'am.
Oh, well, if they make me look cool or based, I'm down.
I don't know. We'll have to find out. So
I don't know, but we'll see. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they are. But
yeah,
because I can't wait to make.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Are they done with their stream? Hold on. Give me a second. I want to see if they're done with their stream, because if they're not, then I'm going to get them. Hold on. I want Peepaw to come on here, or D-Max if he can, to address the allegations. Hold on. Let's see what's going on here. Let me see if they're still live. Does anybody know if they're still live? Is Clear as Mud still live? Tell me in chat. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, good. They just said it. Okay. Never mind. Hi, Ren. Hi, Reese.
Talk about the allegations. What did JesskaPizzle do today? It doesn't matter because she's high all the time, and she uses that as an excuse.
What is this about Gigi and Jessica? Hold on. Gigi and...
What did I do with Gigi? Did I do...
That I see... Hold on. That I see on D-Max's Twitter. So I'm asking him I'm asking Peepaw first, because I think, and I just noticed that now recording is going live in about 30 minutes. So I guess they're going to talk about the whole Fousey Tube thing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I was listening to a little bit of that. They did the Twitter space. I was listening to a little bit of it, and I didn't, but I'm like, oh my God, this is juicy. So I was like, I gotta find out.
Jessica, that whole thing is a mess. I saw it. So like I said earlier, I never really knew who he was until just fairly recently. I didn't know that he had a whole lore behind him and any of that. But then the other day, and I don't know if you heard this or not, but I am now the co-host with Nerdy John for his Saturday streams, or his channel, I should say. When he does live streams like Saturday mornings right after Peepaw, or now we're doing members only streams because he reaches membership milestone. I am now his co-host for those streams when I can make them. So, yes, but Tuesday was his first members only stream, and D-Max happened to be on there for a little bit before I jumped on, and they were talking about the Fousey Tube stuff, and briefly going over it, and I even said there too, I have no idea who this guy is. And they were both like, "Are you serious?" I go, "Yeah, like if I've seen him before, I don't remember." And then they pulled up a Mortal Kombat prank that he did apparently in like 2016, 2017. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I know this guy. Okay." And that's the only thing that I knew was that video. That airport video. What? Like what? Like, oh my god. And how he's associated with Keemstar and how it's just like, holy shit. Like, what are you doing, dude?
It's so bad. It's like, yeah, I didn't know any of this. Like, I didn't even know. So like, I remember like the clip of like the dude standing on top of the car. I think that from like the H3 content nuke that he did on Keemstar. I remember that, but I didn't know that. And I remember like him, Fuzi and Keemstar like riding around Keemstar's like barn or whatever. Yeah, and but I didn't know that was Fuzi. Like, I never put two and two together like that until this drama, and I was just like, oh my god! Like, I was just watching it. I was watching it on I think it was Chud's stream, and Chud was like, "This is fake," and I was like, "Nah, she drunk." I was like, "This is real."
She was on something. This is real. She was on something. I'm telling you what. Yeah. It was.
She was on something. For sure.
And that's the thing, though. Oh! Breaking news, people! Breaking news. We got a peepaw in waiting right now. Okay, here we go. Hold on, guys. Breaking news. Here we go. Here we go. Hi, people.
Sir?
How are you?
Hello, sir. Sir. Good sir. Talk about the allegations. This is why I'm watching.
I've been summoned? What?
Yeah,
what?
So I get a message in my chat.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm in the middle. Jessica's telling a lovely story about how she was married and, you know, about Scott and whatnot, telling me a wonderful, wonderful story.
Yes.
And I see in my chat that there's allegations that Gigi apparently has against Jessica.
No.
Why are they?
Well, then what is going on?
Who said that? Who said these scandalous things?
Oh, people, don't you lie to us, sir. It's on Twitter. We got you on. We got you on.
My hand to go. Okay, so here's the deal. So D-Max and I dropped a new video, and I hate doing this because it's kind of like a plug, but it's not. So don't hate on me too bad. But D-Max and I have kind of started this little thing we're doing, and so we dropped it tonight. And so my co-host, because we were doing a stream over there, Gigi got upset. She goes, "This is twice now," because the other co-host, Seth, is doing a little podcast with some of her friends as well. And so she was giving me crap about, you know, not letting her know. Well, she's been on vacation and whatever. And this was kind of a last minute type thing we just did and whatever. Right. And so she was like, I said, well, you know, go out and, you know, do a podcast with someone. And I said, you know, I think because she likes to get a little high. I said, I think you and Pizzle would be great together because you both like to get a little high.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And I said, you know, D-Max had floated out this idea of a podcast, which I think is a great podcast, the Pick Me podcast. Well, then she got all upset because she thought I was calling her a Pick Me, which it kind of was, because she was complaining about no one picked her to be on a podcast. And she was throwing a little shade at me, so I threw a little shade back. It was all in love because I love my co-host.
I just got done explaining to Jessica who Gigi was and how she got picked on Clear as Mud. Come on now.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, but I said, I think a really good name for you two especially is, I'm a little high. I'm a little high podcast.
Oh,
you two could do a really good look because you guys have the same. I think you guys have a lot of same like energies.
Get Gigi
and
in here.
And I think if you guys didn't get too stoned, you could actually, it could stay on topic. It could really be a fun, entertaining little podcast.
What do you think about that?
Absolutely. Like, that sounds great, except for when you said stay on topic. Like,
Yeah, I know, right? I know that's why, but
do you know what the topic was supposed to be on this stream? Like, stay on. We've been on for like 2.5 hours. Stay on topic, my ass.
You know what you might have to do?
We really haven't done that too well, but that's okay. That's people knows how my streams go. It's okay.
Listen, here's the thing. I say stay on topic. I don't think, but I think that would be the thing that would be endearing about you two is all the little ways and stuff and paths you guys would take. And I just think it would be, I think it would be awesome. I would love it. So I put a tweet out, said, this has to be a thing.
No, I agree.
I have to learn how to go live.
I 100% agree. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think that would be really cool. So, did you stream snipe me, people?
A little bit, because they wanted to see if you guys were still live. And so we went,
okay.
and I told, or I asked, I didn't tell, I asked all our viewers to come over here and to support you. However, I'm going to let you know, you're fixing to have a buzzsaw come up against you.
Oh, not recording?
Cut.
Now recording's fixing to go live too.
Oh yeah.
No,
I
know.
mean,
It's
like,
fine.
it's okay. I have to go pee soon anyway, so it's fine.
No, it's
So-
oh. We got Gigi.
You know what? Here's the thing I've got to do, and I need to, and I want to try to work this out with Pizzle.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pizzle, you know I'm like one of your biggest fans. I'm a huge supporter of the Pizzle Pop. Always have been.
Yes, we talked about that too.
Yes. I want to work out when I can have you come on I know getting you up for my morning show is during the week is impossible.
But on the weekend.
But on the week, what I want to do is I want to work out some, evening or something. We can do it evening. We can do a peepaw after dark where I'm a little bit more spicy. And but I want to have you talk, because you came on the Clear as Mud, but that's like a whole different type thing.
Yeah.
And I'd like to just have you come on and have a conversation. I'd like to really talk with you.
Oh, guys, we got D-Max and Nerdy John and Gigi in waiting. Hold on, let me pull them in. Hold on.
Oh God.
Hi, D-Max.
Hi.
Hi, Gigi.
Hello.
Hi, Nerdy John.
Oh.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Oh, this is wonderful. I get all of the cool people. Yay. I'm so excited.
So just want to set the record straight. Gigi is not a pick-me.
Oh my God. I can't believe you would actually say that on Clear as Mud too, so clearly.
Yeah,
You're starting. I mean,
heard it.
Gigi over here starting wars with every other podcast, and then Peepaw comes in and he's like, "No, hold my beer. Hold on, I'm going to start a war with my own podcast."
Yeah.
All of you, I swear. Okay, so explain this. So the idea was just to have Jessica and Gigi go on a podcast. Is that what that tweet was supposed to be about, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. I want to see this happen because I like I said, I'm a huge fan of Pizzle Pop, and I'm a huge fan of Gigi, and I think these two ladies could make some just rib busting funny content.
Oh God, I
do.
think that'd be really fun. I think that would be really fun.
I think that could be really fun.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really fun. So Gigi, what was this your idea? Whose idea was this?
So this is how so first of all, just so I can repeat it one more time. This is when Peepaw brutally attacked me by saying I should make a podcast called the Pick Me Podcast.
Yeah, it's crazy. He came up with the name and everything for it. I mean, it's just like wild. Like the minute
Immediately.
Peepaw did that. It's
Just
insane.
call, you know what? Just call me Daddy Peepaw then. If Matt can be a daddy of a podcast, I will put
No, you're not the daddy. You're the granddaddy.
I'm the granddaddy of the podcast.
Oh my god. Like, holy shit.
God damn. All right. Well,
Yeah. What? No.
I'm sorry to do this to everybody. I'm actually being summoned somewhere else, so that's
No,
a
you're
little
not.
awkward. All right.
No,
Oh my
'cause you're
God.
I
not.
am. I'm sorry.
So
I'm being wished
So
away.
many
They're
summoning
closed.
jutsus are in play right now.
I know. I'm sorry.
In the wind. Oh my
Subscribe to
God.
Netpecker's Pod.
Well, thank you,
Bye.
D-Max, for coming in. I appreciate it. I know they're getting
Mm.
ready to go live here in a minute, but okay, so
Sure.
continue. Go ahead.
So after that brutal, vicious, uncalled for attack from Peepaw, his second
Bullshit.
suggestion was that Jessica and I should do a Hi I'm High podcast. And my only objection to this is that the Hi I'm High brand is very clearly Jessica's. And I feel like given that we're going to be high anyway, I think everything that we say should just be assumed to be alleged. So we can't get in trouble
Yeah.
for anything.
Exactly. Oh my God, that is so true.
So
That's-
this is why it's called allegations. So if anybody says, "Oh, did you guys hear what happened on the show?" It's called allegations. Like, yeah, but they were just allegations. So.
Oh my God, that's so
Look, guys,
good.
That's a great idea.
Oh my God, that's such
You
a
know,
good idea.
This right here is a
I'm
perfect example.
retitling all my videos allegations. Every
Gigi,
single
God.
one.
Gigi is high right now.
I am.
JesskaPizzle is high right now.
Oh, fuck
This is
yeah.
a perfect example of what I'm talking about.
Oh my
Right.
lord.
She's got so many good ideas though.
I
like-
mean, they're not
So,
wrong.
I feel like there needs to be at least one sober person to like to like make sure everything's wrangled.
good luck.
But I have,
Yeah,
I have two dogs though, and they're not in the room with me when I smoke, so they're stone cold sober.
Yeah, I have six
Listen,
cats that
as
are
amazing
perfectly
as-
sober.
As amazing as the doggos and cats are, I feel like they might not be the best person.
So
So
here's
nerdy.
so
Cats?
you know what?
Yeah.
Coffee, did you hear
Oh.
what James Charles did today?
God. So here's what I would pitch to you two ladies and how to do this to make this like really good.
Okay.
To make this really, really simple. So what you do, and guess what? You guys can even use, I can show Gigi how to do it. You can use Clear as Mud because I've already got the bot set up in there and everything. You just would hop into a channel. You would initiate the bot, the Craig recording bot. You guys record the audio. That way you don't have to worry about doing anything in OBS. You don't have to worry about doing none of that stuff. You don't have to worry about trying to go live, none of that. And you just record the audio. And then you get one of the many, 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 many talented artists that we have out there to do a still for you guys. It could be the thumbnail for that show or whatever. And then you just put that in there inside of like whatever video editing software you like. You drop in the audio tracks into it, and bada bing, bada boom.
Whoa,
It's that easy.
Whoa, I thought what you're talking.
Yeah.
Wait, you said simple. That did not.
That was
sound
a lot of
simple.
steps.
That
That
was
really
not
felt like a
simple.
lot of steps.
Here's listen.
You had me at go into a voice chat.
Okay,
and that's
so-
where it ended.
okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I'll do because I want to make this a reality. I think this is content gold. I
Mhm.
will work with you ladies and I will get a time that is conducive for everybody. I will come in, I will fire up the whatever, and I will remain quiet, muted. You guys do whatever. I won't try to herd. I won't try to wrangle. I won't try to do nothing. I'll just let you girls do your thing. And when you're all set and done, I'll stop the recording. I'll even let you guys pick out, get the artists, get them to do whatever you guys want them to do. And then I will edit it for you. And I hate editing with a purple passion, but I will edit this stuff for you. And I'll get it to whoever you guys want to put up on whoever's channel, new chat, whatever. I don't care. And I'll get it to you guys and you can do it. And then I will sit down with whoever wants to learn how to do it, be it Gigi, be it Jessica. I don't care. And I will show you guys how to do it. It's not that hard. And I'll show you guys how, because this has to be a thing.
No, I
tell
agree.
you, this
100%.
has to be-
I'm on board with this, but I do have to just really quick upfront say this. I'm not gonna call you daddy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care what the circumstance.
You know
this
what,
is not.
Gigi, listen,
Okay.
you don't have to call me daddy. Just call me.
Oh,
That's right.
Peepaw.
Everyone heard it
Just call
really
me
clearly.
Peepaw.
Just call me Peepaw.
Just call me Peepaw.
People,
Just say, Peepaw, I need you.
people, did you say cohesive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Cohesive
what?
is problematic.
Because like, I don't know. Like it just says each
know, but I
pairs.
have a-
It says
I have a-
characterized or causing cohesion, and then that says the action of factor forming a united whole. And it kind of sounds like you just tried to incite something. Like I don't know.
No.
You're thinking
no,
of a January
no.
6th situation. People.
No.
Whoa,
no,
listen,
no.
okay,
Whoa,
Peepaw got
whoa.
enough allegations against him, okay?
Whoa.
just-
Enough
Listen,
allegations.
I am probably very stoned at the moment, and I want to go back to on Clear as Mud. We briefly brought up the colors of the ribbons, and that made me think about jelly bracelets and how they were supposed to
See?
mean things when you snap
Yeah.
them.
This is-
And I only ever had black ones, and I was like, why did this become a thing? But apparently, y'all in the middle of the country are heathens and were snapping each other's bracelets to do different activities. You guys know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, I thought like that. Yeah, I remember like they would like I don't know exactly what activities, but that they were doing because I am.
That's
a
what I'm
wholesome
saying, but they were
woman,
different
like,
things. Exactly.
Yeah.
The blue, it was, some things were kissing and other
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Heathens.
heathens, absolute heathens. You're right because I remember that, and I remember thinking, yeah, you guys are doing bad things. You guys are
Speaking
doing
of
bad
things,
things.
can somebody explain to me what poggers means?
I don't know. It's like I don't. I think it's just like cool.
Yeah, I think
Ask
so.
Bunk. He can tell you. Bunk can tell you what poggers is.
Yeah, I think that it just means like it's cool, it's kosher or something like that. I truthfully don't know. That's
I think
I don't know.
I think it's
I
like
don't
wow,
know.
that was so cool.
Bunk just said the pussy was poggers, so you take it for what it means. I guess.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
Well,
I
listen.
heard it and I was like, is this relating to pogs? How do people remember pogs? I barely remember pogs.
Pogs, bro.
Well, you know, Bunk is like the only only guy in this community that has video recorded proof that he's not a virgin.
Oh.
That's not true. I've had both my sons. I have had both my sons on my.
He's got a video.
There's
That
video.
proves he's not a virgin.
That's exactly right.
Oh my god!
Got,
Yeah,
oh, no.
he set up the film camera.
I'm
I've had
sure
both
you.
my sons, so I mean they've been on my streams, so
Yes, they
that-
have.
right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, they have, and they're awesome. Yes. Well,
And my neighbors will emphatically tell you about their opinions on that one. If you,
Jesus Christ. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. Content gold. We
I
went
agree.
from ribbons to wristbands to pogger pussy to neighbors saying your sex is too loud. I mean, guys,
it's
I'm telling you,
perfect.
this
And they
sells
haven't-
itself.
they haven't told me that, but their scowls in the morning say
I
They're not-
legit think that this would be like 100%. This is content gold. I agree with people. I think that this is
Uh-huh.
amazing. I think I really and
Oh my lord!
And again, like I said, you guys can get to know each other throughout, and Gigi actually, funnily enough, as I was pulling up that tweet that D-Max had made about the allegations, Jessica was asking me about you. And I told her, essentially who you were, that you're now the co-host of Clear as Mud. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but were you just initially just like a chatter initially, and then you started, and then you auditioned for Clear as Mud? Is that right?
yeah.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I told her that I thought that you were just an initial chatter, that you really hadn't made any content up until
Yeah.
you auditioned. Yeah. Okay.
Well, like, cause I watched Clear as Mud, and but I didn't know that. So I usually, when I watch YouTube videos, it's usually always in the background. Like sometimes I'll throw in a little chat here and there,
Yeah.
But like for the
Samesies.
most, but then I lock my screen and it goes back to background play, so I'm not like looking at chat, like barely ever. And like, so then I was like, how did like I was trying to figure out like, oh God, I lost track.
I've
Fuck
been
my
there.
life.
It's okay. It's okay.
Like my story was I came from Edwin's generation, and then
Yes.
there was the
Mhm.
half baked, and then there was like there's all these dramas. So I was like, what? Who is Gigi? Tell me about Gigi. What's? And then I was
Yeah.
like, but I mean, you got the most wholesome way into the community. Like,
I know.
great.
I was telling somebody, you know, and I don't know how much I want to bring up the topic, but Milltown's Best, I feel like, took one of the harshest entries into the community I've ever seen, because I do feel he was incredibly judgmental and kind of like you guys saw that Xylee stream where he came at Leon kind of sideways. And treating it, and when Leon was just giving him advice and be like, well, when
Yep.
you make content, meanwhile, Leon's over here sitting on a 350K channel, and he wasn't being rude. For once, Leon wasn't being rude at all
I remember.
for this guy to be doing that. And I think he was doing it to be controversial, or although, can I say, I thought that, but after this most recent situation, I just kind of think he's maybe just a little spurgy. Little spurgy spurg.
Yeah. Did you guys happen to see
and,
the video that he dropped today, by the way?
Who are we
No.
talking about?
So,
Milltown Best.
Milton. Oh, is that clip that I commented on that maggot posted on Twitter? And I was like, I don't know
Probably.
what this is about, but I'm commenting so I can look at it later.
Well-
if it's from his video, then probably yeah. He dropped a
Yeah.
video today. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, like because I got so many freaking bookmarks, and then I forget about them,
Yeah.
and then but if I comment, then it's in my notice if someone reacts to it, and I could just click on that.
Yeah,
and that helps me remind it.
TLDR, he made an ass out of himself. Let's just put it that way. And
Oh, boy.
Shocking. No one saw that coming.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So to that point, he took what I would call the bad route, the bad ending, as D-Max might call it.
Mhm.
And I got really lucky to get on Clear as Mud, where I've had very stable forces.
Yes,
Definitely
yes.
in Peapock, because Banana's been quite busy, but even Banana has certainly chimed in
Yeah,
to be like
100%. Yeah.
to really, you know, if in case it surprises anybody, Banana's biggest advice, if I could sum it up, was everybody's a bunch of shitheads. So just
Yeah.
like,
True.
you know, chill out.
True story. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Noise.
Yeah. No, that's 100% true. Yeah.
I like Super Dave, Milltown's Best. I like the guy. I just think that it's kind of like what you guys said. Sometimes I don't think people have people around them with the best intentions. And I think sometimes things like this happen. Now, I made a mistake, and I own the mistake trying to advise Dave not to engage with certain people, and that was my bad, because Dave and I do not have that type of relationship, and I was out of line for saying that type of stuff. But I will say, in this last video, he did address that. You know, he had been getting his talking points from some people, and that those talking points were not right. So I'm always the optimist. I'm always the, that maybe he's kind of opening his eyes, and maybe he's, and I personally wish Dave nothing but the best. I hope that he is able to learn, to grow, and continue making content, because I'm a big advocate. I want people making content all the time. And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, I'll be completely mask off. Here's why: because it gives me things to watch and entertain me and even talk about. That's why when Pizzle started making the content, again, because I've been encouraging her, make
Mhm.
content, make
Mhm.
content. And she started making, I've laughed and I've just enjoyed it. And so yeah, just make the content. And yeah, he's right. We all make mistakes. He's probably going to make more mistakes. I'm sure I'll make mistakes as well, but we just have to kind of pick ourselves up. The great thing is I'll say this, is I've got some really good people around me that before I talk about things, a lot of times I will run things by them and say, hey, check me on this. Am I, whatever. And sometimes they say, yeah. And I'll listen to them. And sometimes I'll say, okay, I see what you're saying, but I'm still going to do this. And I do it. And sometimes it works out and shit. Sometimes it don't.
I just thought about something. So like, I'm pretty sure before I made the video that caused the leg gate, didn't you tell me not to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I said, don't do it.
Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway.
I was like, Pizzle, I love you, darling. I don't think it's gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. And now we'll always have the meme. I'm really bad at explaining things. So.
Oh my god! I just memory unlocked, and I was like, wait. People told me, I told people about the video, and he said, don't make it. He said, no, I don't think that's he tried. He tried.
Oh,
He tried, y'all. He tried. And I said, no.
No,
I do it anyway. I do what I want. You pull the card. I do what I want. I do what I want.
People are gonna love it.
Can I say one of the things that has been, and I know I'm gonna regret saying this someday, that's been good about being a longtime watcher is that I've been spurgy in the behind the scenes, but I have been stopped because I know that if people are telling you not to do a thing, you're gonna be looking like an asshole later. And listen, it's gonna happen because at the end of the day, if I'm in this community, it's because guess what? There's a spurg in there somewhere, and one day it'll make its way out. Thankfully, so far it hasn't, and I've had good conversations where I've gotten to see more of people's characters and make decisions about things. And even so, I'll say that, coming in through clear as mud, I would say we can call it easy mode, but even so, I don't think that it's really understood, like, how different it is to have the spotlight on you, even in this like really kind of small way.
Right.
It can be a lot when you don't, especially when you don't even comprehend like where somebody's opinion about what you said came from. You're like, I said I like blue. Where did you get that? Like, I hate puppies. Like, what? Like, it feels like that very out of nowhere.
Well, and that's how I kind of came into the community too, and I kind of briefly gave a brief synopsis to this to Jessica, was that, and that I started off as just a chatter too. Some people do remember that. Some people are like, oh yeah, she did. and again, and I get that reaction. But the thing is though, is that, and again, like I said, I was even lucky enough to have the broadcast audition. That changed everything for me. Just like how your audition with Clear as Mud changed everything for you. Although you got it. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing.
I wanted to, can I say though, KHucked, I wanted to audition for the broadcast. And I didn't get chosen for that. So there you go.
But here's the thing though, right? Is that in retrospect, I'm actually kind of glad that it didn't work out the way that it did. Everything, I've always said this and it sticks true. Everything happens for a reason. And had I gotten it, yes, that would have been great and that would have been wonderful. But they wouldn't have had Bunny and Rennie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be making the content that they are, and they wouldn't be where they're at probably. And so again, like I say, everything happens for a reason, and that's why I'm here now. Doing what I'm doing.
Is Mystic ever there?
Yes.
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 Oh.
Yes, and I hear she's going to be on there more. But I said it about Now Recording not too long ago, and I also say it about the broadcast that I feel like the everybody really fits on both of those shows. Like I don't really feel like either one is really missing an element that they don't have.
Right. Yeah, and that's
yeah,
what
like
I've always said that too. That with the way that it ended up being, like the auditions with the broadcast were so much fun. Everyone that auditioned, Leia something auditioned, who's in chat right now being a silly badilly. Leia something auditioned, Stardust auditioned, Ginger, who we all know and love, auditioned. All these other great ladies that auditioned too. They did fantastic, and everyone brought their A game, and so did the Clear as Mud. Everyone with Clear as Mud that auditioned did wonderful too. It's all these people that auditioned for these different competitions, if you will, or tournaments, as Matt Pitt liked to call it, with the broadcast. We all came across each other through different ways, and we all, decided to go, depending on what the results were, we decided to go in each different direction, and I stuck with this, and I haven't looked back since. And
you
it's
know
been
what?
great.
You know what makes me sad is that like Craig Beckett was a great thumbnail artist, and then Salvo made Fireball, which was freaking fun as hell and great content, and all these people that have all this freaking talent and they mess it up.
Right?
And it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
it drives me nuts. But I'm glad to see podcasts. I'm glad to see like Peepaw and D-Mac's upcoming podcast.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Everything.
Sir. Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Well,
Yes.
first, KHucked, can you please take this man to task, because he didn't even do us the courtesy of letting us in that this was coming. I had to be bamboozled live on the air.
First he attacks you, and then he bamboozles you. Ugh.
That's what I'm saying.
I go to check. Hold on. No. I go to check D-Max's Twitter about the about the allegations. Okay. And then I see from Mr. Peepaw here. Let me pull it up real quick. Hold on a second, sir. We gonna have a little chat.
Oh, let's chat. I love chats.
Miss Peepaw.
Yeah, KHucked gonna take you to task, sir. Let's see here. I'm checking said tweet about D-Max, and then I see this. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Give me a second.
Yes, please give me all the attention because I love it.
Yes, I will give you all the attention. You know I will. Hold on.
Now, normally D-Max loves this kind of stuff because, well, that's him.
Yeah.
I don't
pleased
go
to
for that.
announce a new endeavor with D-Max. Check out our little collab, the Net Peckers.
Yeah. The Net Peckers.
Take care to explain.
What do you want me to explain?
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you came on my stream, right?
Yeah.
You
Sure.
remember asking me if I were to see any two people collab on a podcast, who they would be?
Sure.
Remember that?
Sure.
Yeah. And I said you
What'd you
two.
say? Yeah.
And y'all laughed at me and got into a big fight.
Well, what? Okay, but I think. Well, all right. So here's the truth. D-Max and I have had many conversations, and and we both said, it would be great if we could find some way to kind of, and we kind of do. He calls into my morning shows all the time, but we don't have like a structured type thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it'd be great. And I said, I think, but here's the thing: we're both we got a lot of things going on. I work full time, plus I do my morning streams, and and I try to hop in and collab wherever I can with people to help them and what have you.
Yeah.
And I told Max, I said, what I think would be perfect is I said, I think maybe if we just hopped into a Discord and we brought in the little, the little recording bot and just let record. We just have a graphic or something. And so it's real easy. It's real simple, quick edits. And, we could maybe do one of those once a week or twice a week or whatever, once or twice a month, whatever it is. That thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something like that. And part of it was, honestly, is I wanted to encourage Max. Because past all the content, past all the stuff, D-Max, D-Max is very important. He's a very important young man to me. He's a dear friend, someone I cherish deeply.
Mm-hmm.
He used to make such great content that was so entertaining to me.
Right.
And he does the now recording and stuff, and he does his Twitch streams and stuff. And he, I finally talked him into start doing the little quote drama stream type things over on his second channel, like he did the other night on me.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. We had a little fun with all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I was just so glad he was doing it. I was doing something right.
Yeah.
We had a little fun with him.
Jessica and I talked about it earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Jessica got in on it, and Abby got in on it, and it was just great. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I caught a stray.
Yes, everybody. And we tried to, to bring other people into it and have fun with it. And so I told Max, I said, listen, I said, I'm glad you're doing all these. I said, but Max, I said, Max has got to start taking care of Max.
Yes. Yes.
And I said, it's very, very important to me that Max starts taking care of Max on these things.
Yeah.
And I said, I want you to start putting content out on Max's channels.
Yes.
For Max.
Yes.
And here's the thing. Max, and I don't want to talk out of turn, and I don't want to, but it's kind of like this. When you take a break from doing something, you're a little bit sometimes hesitant on climbing back up into the saddle again, because you're thinking, okay, can I do this again? Can I do this type of stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been doing my best to encourage Max to get back up on that stream. So I said, well, let's do this on your channel. I said, your second channel, by the way, his second channel is almost to the point where he has enough subscribers to where he'll hit that first tier, where he can start getting channel memberships and doing member streams and things like that.
Let's go!
And so I want to try to get him where he's got that, because here's the thing, guys. He wants to do this for a living. He wants this to be his source of income. And I don't want Max having to go out and get a 9-to-5 type job, because I think that the type of spirit that Max has, I think that would be crushing for him. He's so creative, and I think just having to do just a standard 9-to-5 type job would just not be good for him.
Right.
And so I want him to start getting money coming in to where he can, to be able to do this stream he has.
Right.
And so I thought, well, if I do this little podcast thing with him or whatever, I thought, well, this might be something to kind of help him get the juices flowing again. And I said, I want you to put this on your second channel. It's yours. I said, I'll do this with you, but I said, you own it. It's yours. So I said, if you get any, if it helps you get there, and you start whatever, I said, it's yours. I don't want nothing out of the deal other than just you making content. That's what is important to me. And that's what it is. And it's so
tugging at my heart right now, even more than what you already have.
come on now.
So I hate to do this. I gotta go. I gotta feed the cats. It's dinner time.
Okay.
For them. But I really did. Thank you so much, Khuck, for having me on. I super duper enjoyed it, and thank you, Paul,
good.
for coming in, and Gigi and me, you, people, we'll get together. We'll figure something out. We'll take care of it.
And I think Abby even said she would like to help you girls with that stuff too. So she's good, and so maybe you guys get I'll step out. Yes,
she made your thumbnail for this stream, by the way.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. It's a good thumbnail.
Yeah, I think that would be really fun. But thank you again, Jessica, for
Yeah.
coming on. You are more than
Yeah.
welcome to come on again anytime that you want. I don't care when. You just tell me and I will make it happen. You have been such a delight. I'm so happy that you came. And can you end with your line, please? Please.
Oh, hi, I'm high.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys. You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you, darling.
Me too.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I loved it. Oh, it was so much fun. Oh,
Yeah.
she did so good. I loved it.
He's-
We didn't get to watch her videos because we were too busy talking,
Oh.
and then all this happened.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
It was,
Well, I didn't mean to disrail your stream or anything
no.
tonight. And
it is what it is, and we were
yeah.
we were sitting there talking. She was telling me about her
Yeah.
history and stuff, and and I told her
Yeah.
we got to talking about, of course, about you guys, and
Mm-hmm.
we were just shooting the shit and mostly just having a conversation. You know how my streams go, and we were
Mhm.
we were just talking, and then I was told about said tweet, and I'm like, what is going on? And that's when her and I both pulled it up, and we were like, okay, we need to figure out what's going on here. She was all for it. She's such a trooper. Yes.
Like I say, I want people making content, and I do that it's just a passion of mine to get people making content. And I know you guys were talking earlier about, why I didn't get on this or whatever. I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, right? And I'll just say this, Miss KHucked, you have been just knocking it out of the park. I was talking about your, we're kind of going over that. I think it was this morning.
It was
matter
this
of
morning.
fact. Yeah, we were talking about how your streams are just doing phenomenal.
I know.
You are doing. You're doing. You've got a great formula. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I think if Gigi and Jessica can work things out and get scheduling and stuff squared away where it's I think that
I think
that joint venture would be wonderful. I do.
I think that would be really, really cool. I think truthfully, and you know what's great about it though too, and I literally just thought of this, is that Gigi has the live streaming experience. Jessica has the video experience.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you guys something. Gigi, I'm going to tell you a little secret about Gigi. Here's one of Gigi's secret weapons that maybe some of you guys don't know. She is a phenomenal, and I don't use this. I'm not saying, I'm not just, trying to build her up here, but one of the things that impressed me so much about Gigi when she tried out for the show and then even subsequently, her research skills are top tier.
Yes.
Guys,
Yes.
top tiers.
Yes.
She's she's so her she has I'm not joking, she has a laundry list of topics and things for us to talk about. So if quote drama is kind of dry, there's not anything out there that's really things, we have got topics for days to talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's what I like about with the new venture that I'm venturing into with Nerdy John too, is that we have topics upon topics of hold on. Whoops, sorry.
I don't know.
My bad. Sorry. We have my Discord messed up there for a second. Sorry. We have topics upon topics that we can talk about too with Nerdy John, and he can, him and I can both play off of each other and just see what happens. And I've said this before, that I have been a fan of his now for a while, and when he asked me to be one of his co-hosts, I'm like, what? Like I told you that Saturday when the trolling happened. I was like, excuse me, what? Are you looking at me? Like, what? What are you doing? Like, but it's been really fun. Like, I went on the member stream that he had on Tuesday and D-Max was in there before I jumped in. and that was really a lot of fun. And of course, D-Max is D-Max. D-Max is a fucking treasure to begin with, and
Yep.
Yeah.
that was really a lot of fun. But working off of somebody else is a lot of fun too, especially when and this may sound a bit intimidating, and to some people it may not work, but or depending on what you do, but working with somebody that you either are familiar with or don't really know very much about can be a bit scary, right? But it's a venture, that it's a risk that you want, that you can take, and it ends up paying out in dividends. It can. And I truly think, Gigi, I really think that you and Jessica would work really well together. I really do. 100%. I am all for it. I think that would be amazing.
You
I'm certainly open to it. Yeah, and seeing how it goes.
Mm.
When I heard that you and Nerdy
Mhm.
were going to be doing that venture, I was so excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nerdy is another one of those guys out there that has a soft spot in my heart.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Nerdy has struggled trying to find a balance between having to work full time and make content, and
Same. Yeah.
the thing that is that the biggest thing that will kill a channel is inconsistency.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so I always told, he would come to me and he would say, I just don't think, I said, no, Nerdy, it's not that they don't like you. It's not that, it's not like the people don't want to hear you. I said, they want to hear you. They will show up. I said, but the problem is, I said, you've got to do something to find a way to be consistent.
Right.
And
right.
that means either you have to get up early and do a show maybe before you go into work of a morning,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you do a late one after you come in from work at the end of the day. Me personally, I would rather get up earlier and do one rather than try to come in and do one afterward, because at the end of the day, I'm gassed. Like
Mhm.
right now, and during the podcast night, I'm struggling because I've done work the full day, so my gas tank's so empty. But that's just me. But I just told him, I said, Nerdy, you've just got to find a way to do it. Of course, there's
Yeah.
there's other circumstances too that kind of dictates when he can and can't do stuff as well, because
right.
he's got. But I was like, if you can just get that and just be consistent, man, the people will come. I said, you're entertaining, dude, right? And you've got an interesting voice. I said, I think you could do well. But I think I'm hoping that you will help him find that stability and that consistency. I think you guys will play well off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I'm excited for it. I hope it blows up. I hope it gets big. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
also
really
excited
am
for it.
excited about this, and I think that I don't know what made him want to ask me. I truthfully don't know. I truthfully don't know what made him want to ask me, nor did I ever ask. But I might one day. I don't know if he'll ever tell me. But
I can tell you,
how
you are entertaining.
oh
No, listen. I get it, right? I get it, right? I had people like telling me, I had people for a long time, forever. I started doing my morning streams and stuff. People tell me, Riv, you just need to, and I'm no one wants to listen to me. I tried that. I
mhm.
tried doing the videos. I tried doing the Twitch streams. Nobody wants to watch an old man or listen to an old man. Nobody wants that. And they're like, no, dude, you've got a voice. I'm telling you, you've got
Yeah,
the
you
charisma.
do.
You just got to do it. Right. And I was like, no. And I had people like Dead on Dave and Fake Ass Twat and Nixie
Mm-hmm.
Nax and all these guys telling me, no, Riv, you've got, and I was like, okay. And so when I finally quit telling myself that I couldn't and that I didn't, and I started just doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I got lucky and
Yeah.
I got blessed.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
And I will never ever take that, for granted ever. That, if I had not had people like like nerd and even nerdy, but those guys tell me, and Banana saying, no, Riv, Banana always told me, he said, you're the talent on the podcast, not me. And I was like, no, you're a whole lot funnier. Because I'm always serious all the time. I don't really cut up a whole lot. But when I get to, I try to a little bit, and that's kind of what I did with Gigi tonight. I kind of cut up with her a little bit. And
yeah. Oh God, you two have such a great rapport. The three of you, Gigi and Seth, I'm telling you, are amazing together. Banana is too. Don't get me wrong. Banana is great. Banana is the OG and always will be the OG. We got to give him credit where credit is due. But, with Banana's new schedule and stuff like that, he really hasn't been able to come on as much, which you guys understand and we get it. We miss Banana.
Yeah, we hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I miss my buddy. Sure.
It's true.
Yeah.
People have been complaining about the lack of
Yeah.
testosterone.
Did I ever tell
on
you
the
guys? Did you guys ever see when he crashed my DMAX stream? Did you guys know this?
Who?
No.
Banana?
No.
He crashed my DMAX stream.
Did he?
He sure
Good.
did.
Because Banana is funny.
But
Banana is
saw
a character.
that he claims, and I believe him.
Yeah.
He claims that he saw a Discord live, right?
Yeah,
and he saw that he's in my Discord, and he happened to see that I was live or that I was in my Discord.
Yeah.
But he didn't know that we were live.
Oh.
And he claims not to know you were live.
Hang on. He didn't come in and start riffing on D-Max, did he?
No.
Oh,
He came in and he heard us talking. He heard me, I think, or he heard D-Max, one of the two, talking, and he was like, "Oh, are you guys live?" And we were like, "Yeah, we're streaming right now." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he hung out for a few minutes and said some stuff, and then he left.
You're lucky he didn't go in. Because
it was so funny. And
he's such a wild card.
Mitch crashed my Maggot stream too at one point. It was hilarious. But and that's the thing with and Gigi. So Gigi, let me just ask you this real quick while I got the both of you. What made you want to audition?
I felt like Clear as Mud was one of the podcasts I listened to really regularly, right? And it wasn't as big as some of the other ones. So like if Now Recording had an audition, I wouldn't have auditioned for that. Because that one feels way too public when I hadn't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like even though I didn't know, and I still don't know all of Peepaw and Banana's politics, they were people of character who would at least stand by the things that they said.
Yep.
Because that's really my biggest issue is like when you can't pin someone down when they're slippery, like that's when I can't fuck with you. Like I need to be able to say I don't agree with you, and you explain yourself as opposed to just being like, oh, okay, then I guess I don't think that. Oh, okay, well, it's kind of weird.
Right. Well, and I think the way that I got briefly, I'll get into my description as to how I got turned on to Peepaw. Yes, I got turned on to you. Yes. Was through Dead on Dave, actually.
Yeah.
I heard
that
him.
Makes sense.
I heard him on Dead on Dave because it was around the same time that I got turned on to Dead on Dave, and I think it was I don't know. I think it was around Christmas. It was around December, okay. I know that. And that's when I got turned on to Dead on Dave, and that's when I heard Mr. Peepaw over there. And I realized that he had his own channel. And that he had his own streams.
You're correct. Yeah. That's also how I found Peepaw. I was through Dead on Dave.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And I realized that he had his own morning show. And I'm like, oh, I'm usually up around that time. And sure enough, that's when I found him, and yeah, the rest is history. And we've been close ever since.
I know a lot of my exposure, I guess whatever probably did, come through Dead on Dave, and like I said, I will always and forever be, grateful to Dave for that.
Yes, 100%. And having Dave on my stream that one
Yeah.
night was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. That was
I really
Yes.
enjoyed that stream.
Yeah,
it was
that
very
was-
wholesome.
that stream. That was the first time that I had ever talked to him just one-on-one. And and truthfully, I listened back to it. Actually, it was
Yeah.
yesterday. I listened back to it just yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god, we both were so natural. Like what? Like it was incredible."
Yo,
Now, people,
Dave,
your people
yeah.
talking to you is like talking to an old friend, and
yeah,
I hope that you think of me as a friend. But
of course I do.
well, and I told Jessica this too in the beginning that
Yeah.
You have been such a proponent for these content creators in general within the community that it's unbelievable. Like how much you've piloted them and how much that you have been behind them, the ones that just not just me, but Jessica, how you helped her out, how you helped
Mhm.
me out, and I know I'm embarrassing you right now, but I don't care. You deserve the praise, sir.
Mm,
And how you
mm,
don't you me,
mm.
and how you have helped out Aiko. He helped Gigi, did you know this?
That's
He
true.
helped out Aiko.
I learned it after the fact. Yes,
Yeah,
I did. More secrets this man has been keeping.
Well, one of her
telling you.
audio. Well, she dropped the bomb, or not the bomb, but she dropped it in one of Xylee's streams that people helped her out, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was. But just the fact that he's helping out all of these awesome people within the community is just great. And yes, you deserve the praise, and I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, I'll just say this. I couldn't do what I do if it wasn't for people like you, KHucked, and Gigi, and all the, Purple Paw Prince. Oh my
purple,
God.
yes, purple all the way. Yes.
She's, listen, guys, she helps
Purple
me
is a
cultivate
treasure.
stories.
Purple is a
Oh,
fucking goat.
she's
Oh
she's
my
a gem.
god.
And here's the I've got to do something, and I don't know how I'm going to do it because she's so stinking busy all the time. But I want to try to work out something where I can have her come on the show, and I want to talk with her. I want it because she started, just out of the blue, started helping me cultivate. She helped me cultivate stories back when I was producing for Dave, and I was, running myself ragged, doing all that as well.
Mhm.
But she's, I tell you what, I will go to war if anyone ever goes after Purple.
Amen to that. I would too.
Yeah, they'll catch. You want to see how evil and mean this old man can get? Let somebody go after Purple,
Amen to that.
because
Yes.
I will flat out throw hands with him.
Oh yeah, 100%. I would too. And anybody in this community would be
Yeah.
110% behind you on that one, like legit.
Yeah.
But hold on,
Uh,
Spectre is in waiting. Do we want to pull Spectre in real quick?
That's fine. We're going to. I'm going to jet because I do have to work in the morning. But yeah,
Yeah.
we can talk briefly. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I have to go. My dogs have actually been waiting to be let out for a bit. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, that's okay.
But
Okay.
thank you for having me.
Oh,
And
no,
thank you
of
for
course.
facilitating a new content, but I'm still not
Yeah.
calling anyone daddy.
I told you, just call me Peepaw.
No,
It'll be okay.
Gigi,
I
thank you
need
for calling
Peepaw.
in. I do appreciate it, and you have a wonderful,
Thank
wonderful night,
you.
ma'am. Welcome back from your vacation. I hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good night,
What's up?
guys.
Night,
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Later, Gigi.
All right, real quick, let's pull Inspector.
Okay.
What do you want, Spectre? Spectre,
Hello?
what do you want?
Hello?
May I help
He doesn't
you?
know how to operate his microphone.
What do you
Oh,
want?
I'm okay. No, listen. Okay, first of all, KHucked, phrasing,
I
honey,
don't care. I don't
getting
care.
turned on to Peepaw.
No.
Come on.
No,
Hey,
no.
you
That's
leave
how
her
it
alone.
is.
No, no.
Hey,
I'm just.
you
I'm
leave
just.
it,
I'm
Spectre,
looking out for
Spectre,
her.
Don't
I'm
you
looking
come
out
in
for her.
here. Don't you come in here. Don't you come in here messing with what we got going on.
Oh my god. Okay, fair enough.
No, I don't care
But,
about phrasing. It's true. Hush.
That's fair. No. That's fair.
Nah.
Kick
It's
you
all right.
out. Anyway, what do you want?
Listen,
Stop
listen.
it.
Everybody knows that there's a Mr. Huck and there's a
Mhm.
Mighty Mrs. Riv. There ain't
Fair enough.
nothing going on here.
Nope.
Oh, I know. I'm giving
So-
KHucked shit.
You don't know.
Yeah.
No, and I will give it right back. I don't care. Go ahead.
And that's fine. Yeah, no, you have every right to. This is your show, damn it.
But I am going to get out of here. I'll let Spectre entertain you for a little while. I've got to go because it is bedtime for this old man.
Yeah, it is late.
Yeah,
Um,
take care, dude.
Listen,
Take care, sir.
KHuck, with all sincerity, just keep doing what you're doing, girl. You're doing great.
I agree.
And so anyway, you guys make sure if you haven't, like, subscribe, and make sure you're getting subbed to KHuck. Let's get her to 500 so that she can get in there and start getting into that monetization program, and you guys can show her the love and support that she deserves because
I'm going
I
to
am
be
Team
promoting her
KHuck.
nonstop.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
we need to get her there.
Nonstop.
get her there,
100%. Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I haven't stopped before. I'm not stopping now.
well,
Okay, well, you guys
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Hey,
Take
Big
no
care,
Dog.
good sir.
take care, you guys, and I'll talk to you later.
Night,
Bye-bye.
boss.
No
See you in the
problem.
morning. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you.
Okay,
Ah.
so the reason why I jumped in here is because it was kind of funny talking about you talking about Gigi, like why she wanted to audition and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's a little fun fact. I almost auditioned for Clear as Mud.
Did you really?
I almost did. Yep. I almost did. I
Wait a
wanted
minute.
to. I did. I was thinking about it.
Didn't
but-
you tell me that like after the fact? I think I
I
remember.
think
this.
so. I don't remember, but no, I almost did.
Oh,
but
dude,
I
you
didn't go
should've.
through with it. But I didn't go through with it at the time because number one, at the time I was still trying to get my content out there, and I didn't have a name for myself yet.
Oh. Well,
That's why I didn't do it, because a part of me was thinking, you're like, no, I'm gonna lay my foundations first before doing anything like that at all.
And no, and I get that too. And I think that you and I kind of talked about that on our stream too. Was like
Mhm.
you wanting to, set up your stuff first and then go from there. And
Yep.
you had a
Mhm.
channel for. You've had your channel now for a while, right?
Since
me?
last year. No,
Yeah.
since earlier this year.
Yeah,
Earlier this
yeah.
year.
And but you've been in the community for a little over a year. Would you say? Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
most like ever since last year. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing is that, and that's the risk that I took with. I love how this stream turned into this.
I guess. Oh yeah. No, there's gonna be.
No,
it's
that's
gonna
okay.
be interesting.
I'll update the thumbnail. It's all good. That's what these streams are for. But
Yeah. No. Yeah.
But no, that's the risk that I took with the broadcast. I didn't have a channel. I didn't have anything. And
Yeah.
I
I get that.
Yeah, and but the thing is though, again, I've said this before, and it becomes very, very clear, obviously. Everything happens for a reason. Had I not been, able to audition for the broadcast, or had that opportunity not came up, I truthfully don't know if I would even be here, to be honest with you. And I've said that before, and it still sticks. Is that, what? What do you mean, what?
A part of me thinks you would have in some way, shape, or form, even if you didn't do it.
Well,
A part of me thinks so.
It is possible, yes. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I truthfully don't know if I would be where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? It's really weird how everything turns out for and how everything happened, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And the fact that where I'm at right now and how things have progressed. And I will say that this has been the most, and I've said this and I'll stick with this. This has been the most fun that I have had, and I don't know how long. Like, this is a joy. This is a joy to me, and I absolutely adore it, and I love it.
Then keep it that way.
Yeah.
Because the way I say it is find a job that you like, that you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel with this. Is that this feels so natural to me, And yes, was I nervous on the audition of the broadcast? Yes.
Oh, totally. Oh no, trust me. Yeah. Before, here's an exclusive. Before she auditioned, she wanted to run a test with me first, and I could tell she was nervous.
Oh yeah, I was nervous as hell. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
no,
nervous as all
no,
get
you were
out.
100% nervous. I could
Yeah.
hear it in your voice.
Leia something helped me out too. I remember telling you that. Leia
Yeah,
something
you
helped me
did.
out
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I remember
And
that.
that was, you know, and Rennie even helped me out at one point too. I think it was like soon after my audition. I remember calling
Mhm.
her because her and I had
Oh,
been
yeah.
kind of talking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
Rennie's a sweetheart. So
but you know, everyone has been so accommodating with everything that's been going on. It's just been
yeah.
I absolutely adore it. And what did this stream turn into? This stream turned into a JesskaPizzle stream to now this, and I absolutely love it.
I mean, if there's ever going to be complaints about it, I was like, just know this was the whole derailing was relevant to what was going on. So
And Abby, thank you. I appreciate that. KHucked is so kosher. Okay.
I mean,
I'll take
and
it.
Abby, I would not turn down doing something with you, sweetheart. I would not turn down something
Oh God,
like that.
no! Doing anything with Abby
No,
would be
I
a
would
hell
not.
of
Yeah,
a lot of fun.
because here's the thing too. My friends and I, we've been thinking for a long time that one day we want to do a podcast together, but we're not sure when. Considering
that
like
might
one
be
of our
fun.
friends is Australian.
Yeah.
One of our friends is Australian, so we have to accommodate different time zones. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that would be really fun. I think. You know what I think that we
Yeah.
should do? Just me and you, since I was not able to do this with Jessica,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really kind of It is what it is at this point. But hold on, let
Uh-huh.
me. I want to see if a certain someone wants to come in here. Hold on, give me a second.
But I wasn't gonna stay very long, but I might as well. But yeah, and looking back on it, a part of me almost kind of regrets not doing the Clear as Mud audition or getting my footing in there. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing with that though, right? Is that you know you said this on my stream, I think, and the conversation that you and I both had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had you auditioned for Clear as Mud, yes, you would have auditioned and that would have been great, and I'm sure that you would have probably been considered or whatever would have happened, you know, and then there's the possibility that you would have gotten it, right?
Most likely.
But you've also mentioned too, on the other spectrum, is that you have wanted to kind of separate yourself from, you know, commentary a little bit. You know what I mean?
I do. No, yeah, no. I want my content specifically to be on the medium that I'm number one the most comfortable with, and the one that I enjoy the most.
Right. Yeah, and that's where you want to be, right? And that's where I'm at right now too, when it comes to me doing what I'm doing now.
The only type of commentary content I'll do is relegated to the gaming sphere. That's the only time I'll ever do it.
Right.
If it's relevant to the stuff I do, that's when I'll ever talk about it.
Right. And that's the other thing, is that, you know, you just got to find that balance and just figure out what it is that you want to do. But my dear,
for example,
yeah, go ahead.
No, but real quick, yeah. For example, the whole thing with Kai Cenat, that technically is a part of my sphere, because the whole thing with Kai Cenat was that he was trying to do giveaways of an Xbox.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
so
yeah,
I mean,
no, that's totally 100%. You know, and oh, hold on. What did Abby say? Dude, the timing of the Clear as Mud auditions were rough. I was helping Brick with his fish. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I totally forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah, that didn't Abby want to audition as well?
She did audition, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
remember
remember that because she did the oh God, what is her name? She did the story of the child who was made to be sick. Ruby Rose.
So
was it Ruby Rose
I
or
didn't
something?
watch the majority of the auditions, actually. I don't think I watched the majority of
Abby,
them, but
was
yeah.
it Ruby Rose? Was that her name? Or something like that? That she was the child that got made to believe that she was sick by her mom? But yeah, that she did that story. And
Yeah, I remember that.
but What was I gonna say? Oh, I feel similarly to you, KHucked. Not being chosen made me realize I don't need no one. well,
But that's because you're doing a good job, regardless of that. Abby.
Gypsy Rose. Thank you. It was Gypsy Rose. Yes, thank you. But yeah, that's the thing is that, like I said, everything happens for a reason, and I'm here where
Yep.
I'm at, and I can't.
And now I
ask for
finally
anything
have
better.
a footing and all that shit.
Yeah, and like I said before, I didn't even have a channel. I had nothing. I had no videos. I had just the YouTube account and a few chats under my belt, if that, and that was it. And
oh no, I was everywhere. That was the funny thing.
well, yeah, I was too, to a certain extent, but as we both well know, but the thing is that when it comes to this community and making content and stuff like that, ask Spectre about my Khuck streams, Abby.
Oh my. She's been.
Well, I would fit right in there, wouldn't I?
No,
Anyway.
she was playing. She's been playing her. I think it's a game. It's called Cuckold Simulator.
Yes, I've seen them. Yes, I've seen
They're
them.
hilarious.
Abby.
I was like, wow, I'm not shocked that the games exist.
Abby, I'm gonna reach out to you at some point. You're coming on my show. Anyway.
Hey, let's go. Okay. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta end the stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna let you go. No worries, hon. I was just gonna mention
I'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. Take care, sweetheart.
Bye.
All right.
Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and head out, but this has been a very, very fun stream, and I greatly, greatly appreciate everybody that came on. Kind of bummed that we couldn't see the Jessica videos, but that's okay. She can always come back, and we can always watch them together, and I think that would be a lot of fun, and I really would thoroughly enjoy that. But I am going to send you over to Now Recording. Give me a second. So, hold on. There's everything in your KHucked streams? Yeah. Let me send you over to Now Recording. Give me a second. Let me get the link. Hold on. Oh, hold on. No. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Let's head over to the Now Recording stream. Raid Now Recording. KHucked stream. Or KHucked raid, excuse me. KHucked raid. So yeah. Thank you guys for coming out. I do appreciate it. This has been a very, very fun stream. It turned into one thing into another, but it is what it is, Abby, get some sleep. And I'm not going to do any outro music or anything. I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream. But you guys have a fantastic night. Go raid Now Recording. Go show them some love. And I will I'm sorry. Quick reminder. I will be doing a stream tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern, with special guests. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I'm really, really looking forward to that. That's tomorrow night. Again, 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern. Be on the lookout for that for tomorrow. And yeah, you will be pleasantly surprised with that one. And I'm really, really excited. So you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you all tomorrow night. Bye, guys.